And we welcome you to the Denver University in Denver, Colorado. We're on the campus of Denver University inside Magness Arena for tonight. Playoff hockey here on Red Hawk Radio, an NCHC Quarterfinal series. The best of three gets underway this evening between the Miami RedHawks and the Denver Pioneers here inside Magness Arena. It's finally playoff hockey time as we hit mid-March here on the calendar. Patrick Geshan with you inside Magness Arena tonight. So glad you're with us. Little late night hockey in the Eastern time zone this evening for Miami and Denver. The RedHawks, the 8th seed in the NCHC tournament, taking on Denver, the 1 seed in the tournament. Denver, the 3rd ranked team in the nation. They come in with a 25-8-1 record, 18-6-0 in the NCHC during the regular season. The RedHawks 7-25-2 overall, 4-19-1. Of course, the 8th seed in the NCHC tournament. So it's the 8th seed visiting the 1 seed in this NCHC quarterfinal. Again, our best of 3 series. Game 1 taking place tonight inside Magness Arena. We'll have your matchup, set all that up for you coming up after our starting lineups and national anthem. Let's join the Pioneers public address here inside Magness Arena.
Defenseman number 16 in this right wrist. At left wing number 10, Chase Grissom. At right wing number 17, Michael Rodriguez. And at center number 26, Matt Barry. The RedHawks are led by head coach Chris Bergeron and associate head coach Darius Union. Eric Rudd. The RedHawks director of operations is Jimmy Spratt.
Playing a hype video now here inside Magness Arena just to reiterate the Miami starting lineup for tonight's game. At forwards, Chase Grissom. At left wing, Matt Barry will be the center. Michael Rodriguez is at right wing tonight to start for Miami. Ludwig Pearson will be in net, of course, the sophomore from Hindus, Sweden. Your defenseman on the left side, Derek Datsky, the captain, and on the right side, Hampus Reichquist will start on defense tonight for the RedHawks. Hype video will get over with. We'll get the Denver starting lineup here momentarily.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise if you are able and kindly remove your caps as we honor America with the performance of our national anthem, as sung this evening by University of Denver student and U.S. Army veteran George Gamble.
Great performance of our national anthem tonight in front of probably 4,000 or 5,000 inside Magness Arena here on this Friday. Game 1 of this NCHC Quarterfinal between the Denver Pioneers and the Miami RedHawks. Let's take a look at your starting goaltenders for tonight's game. We'll start with Miami. Ludwig Pearson is in net, number 32 in red tonight. The sophomore from Hinde, Sweden, stands at 6'1", 184, 6'21" record this season for Ludwig Pearson, making his 31st appearance, 30th start of the year, 3.89 goals against, .894 save percentage for Ludwig Pearson. Magness Krona, the NCHC Goaltender of the Year nominee, is in net tonight for Denver, 6'5", 218 junior. Also a Sweden native, he's from Stockholm. San Jose Sharks draft pick is Krona, 21-7-1 on the year, 2.29 goals against, .903 save percentage, 6 shutouts this season for Magness Krona. RedHawks are in the road Reds tonight with Miami across the front in white, the white name and white number on the back. Denver in the home whites, Denver across the front with a number on the front as well in maroon. A maroon name, maroon number on the back for the Pioneers. Referees in our game tonight are Mike Sheehan and Sterling Egan. John Grant and Eric Contino will work the lines tonight. In game 1 of our NCHC quarterfinal series, the 1 seed Denver, the 8 seed Miami. RedHawks move left to right across your radio in period number 1. And the game is on from Denver, Colorado. Settle in for a little late night hockey on the East Coast tonight here at Magness Arena. Pioneers win the center ice draw, working into the far corner of the RedHawks zone and up the wing with the puck in the far half wall for Denver's Cole Gutman. Trying to fire the pass to the far corner. RedHawks pick it up there, work it up through center ice and over the Pioneer line on the left wing. Michael Regish copped it up. Pioneers working near circle here in their own zone. Able to chip this one out back to center. Cole Gutman with it, feeds it middle of the ice. Here's Mike Benning, who will toss it ahead on a pass up the right wing. Miss Carter Savoy at the Red Hawk line. Left wing goes for an icing. 34 seconds into our first period. So again, Miami comes in 7-25-2 to our matchup tonight. Overall, they are on the season 4-19-1 in the NCHC. Pioneers, third-ranked team in the nation. 25-8-1 overall in the season, 18-6-0 in the conference where the Pioneers, again, they shared the Penrose Cup title with North Dakota this season, but Denver had the tiebreaker over North Dakota, so that's why they're the 1 seed here in the tournament, hosting the 8 seed Miami. Puck out at center ice after a draw to the right of Krona in the Pioneer zone. RedHawks working in behind the Denver net on the dump it. Far corner played up by Sean Behrens of the Pioneers. Got it far half wall. RedHawks close in. Able to work it near corner and a strong forecheck in the offensive zone. Jack Clement played it back behind the Pioneer net. Denver there works it up the far wing on a feed to Brett Stapley. Plays it over the RedHawk line right side. RedHawks grab it. It was Capstick advancing the puck ahead. Up for PJ Fletcher, who fires it over the Pioneer line right wing to the far corner of the Denver zone. Quick breakout for the Pioneers, working middle of the ice through center, skating the puck, Jack Devine over the Red Hawk line left wing. Barron centering feed to the far circle and missed the stick there of Ryan Barrow, the assistant captain. Puck to the near corner, still in the offensive zone of the Pioneers. Barrow in the near corner with it, tosses up left point. Kyle Mayhew will fire a puck wide left of Pearson's net. Picked up far half wall there by Scott Corbett. He'll lift it all the way down the left wing, the length of the ice. Monty Graham beats out the icing, far corner of the Pioneer zone. Denver, though, will pick it up through the near circle. Skating it is Justin Lee. Finds a man over the Red Hawk line on the far wing with a shot there in the far circle. That was Cameron Wright in the offensive zone for Denver. We get a whistle, though, behind the play. And it's a referee in the Denver zone, the opposite side of the ice, the opposite part of the ice where the play was going on. Mike Sheehan, who blew the play dead. I believe the net is off in the Pioneer zone, and it is Magness Krona, having his net repaired now by one of the linesmen. So they blew the play dead after the Denver chance, of course. The face-off is going to be to the left of Pearson here in the Miami zone. Again, the net was off in the Denver zone. And so they blew the play dead, of course, knowing that when the puck was in the opposite end of the ice. Interesting to see that. You don't see that every day when the net is off at the other end of the ice where the puck is and they blow the play dead. Nonetheless, you got to do it. It's the rule. Draw to the left of Pearson, a tie-up for it, and we get a whistle here for a hand pass, I believe. And it's kind of a dogfight for that puck in the far circle of the Miami zone after the puck was dropped. Or do we have a penalty? I believe we have a penalty. Never mind on Denver. Not sure what the call is here, but going to the box is Massimo Rizzo. And it's a face-off violation on Rizzo. The linesman called the penalty in the far circle who was dropping the puck. That was Eric Contino. So the RedHawks get a power play here. A minute and 55 seconds into the game on a face-off violation to Massimo Rizzo of Denver, who I guess fell on the puck. He was on all fours when the whistle blew. He fell on the puck, I believe is what they're calling, preventing the RedHawks from getting to it in the battle in the circle. Miami, the offensive zone, Michael Regish with a shot there. Short side on the near circle against Corona, who gets it in the glove, stops the clock with 17:47 to go in the first, 1:42 to go in the RedHawk power play. Miami power play this season, by the way, that's 21st best in the NCAA at 21.7%. Against the Pioneer penalty kill, 76.4% on the year. That's 48th best in the nation. Gerardo Corona's left in the Denver zone. Matt Berry will win it to the near half wall for the RedHawks. Goes down the near corner. Benning wraps it around to the left point for Denver. Grisak keeps it in on the backhand. Into the Miami offensive zone to the near wing with the puck is Sheen Bawayam. Gets it out back to center ice. Here's King for Denver. Over the RedHawk line, right wing. Drives his way to net for a backhand shot there. Pearson made the leg save with his left pad. And the puck kicks out to center. Barbolini dumps it over the Pioneer line here on the left wing to the near corner. Grabbed there by Regas near side. Bawayam was in the area as well. Pioneers will get free. The loose puck in the near circle is King, who sent it all the way down the ice. On a clear here with 1:02 to go in the power play for Miami. 17:06 to go. And a scoreless first period from Denver. Derek Dasky out of his own zone with a puck here for the RedHawks. Dishes back for Matt Berry, and over the Pioneer line on the left wing, Chase Pletsky got a feed. Sent it cross ice to the near half wall. Grisak gets it up right point to Ryan Savage, center blue line for Dasky. Ryan Savage for Grisak now right point. Near circle for Ryan Savage. Shoots it, scores! It was tipped in front by Chase Pletsky. And the RedHawks score a power play goal with 16:41 to go in the first to take a 1-0 lead. They drop first blood in game one of the quarterfinals. The face-off violation penalty against Denver comes back to haunt them. Massimo Rizzo got it. With 35 seconds to go in the power play, the RedHawks score the goal. It was Grisak right point who fed it down to the near face-off dot for Ryan Savage, who fired a wrist shot on. It went off Pletsky's stick in front of the net, deflected up to the top left corner of the cage over the blocker side of Corona, and the RedHawks lead 1-0 with 16:41 to go in the opening period. For Chase Pletsky, that's going to be goal number 7 on the year, his 7th point. And I would imagine the other 2 assists will go to Ryan Savage and Chase Grisak. We'll check in on that, of course, though. But a big start for Miami here on the power play. Get this thing going. Take a 1-0 lead with about 16.5 to go in the first period. Puck in the far side here, the Denver offensive zone. Pioneers won the center ice draw, worked it into the offensive end. Up high on the left side with it, Carter Mazur takes it down the near corner in behind the RedHawk net. Hits the brakes, feeds in front. One-timer there right in the crease. A save by Pearson off the stick of Cameron Wright. Denver applying pressure here after the goal. Far circle, Rizzo in the slot. His shot came in there by Mazur. Left shoulder saved by Pearson. The flex top of the far circle. With the puck now is Reed Irwin for Denver in behind the RedHawk net. Gets it to the near corner. Rizzo's on it here for the Pioneers. Locked up by Jack Clement in the near corner. Capstick in there as well. Battling for Miami. It squirts free near circle. RedHawks with a puck. Then they turn it over top of the near circle. At the center blue line, Irwin shoots it in. Patsy Pearson rebound in front of him. He makes the cover against the near post of the net. Ludwig, a great job to track the rebound after the wrister came in from the center of the blue line by Reed Irwin to give us a stop of play with 15:46 to go in the first. RedHawks lead at 1-0. Miami leads the shots 2-1. Denver there with some really good pressure after the center ice face-off following the power play goal by the RedHawks. Draws one back to the near circle. The offense is over the Pioneers. Benning rips his shot left point. Pearson makes the pad save to the near corner. Up high is Brink with it. Center blue line fires it over to the far corner. Loose puck behind the RedHawk net. Winning the foot race there for Denver was Cole Gutman. Gutman around the offensive zone of the far circle. Fires a wrister wide left of the net. Kicks off the end boards. Back up to the left point for Benning. Slides it far circle. With the puck here is Shea Buayam. who spins around off the defender. PJ Fletcher takes it far corner. Now the puck far circle. Savoy sends it near circle. Brink had it knocked away there by Barbolini. And here comes PJ Fletcher with it for Miami over the Pioneer line on the right wing. Trying to feed it over to Barbolini. Went into his skates. Deflected near corner and back in behind the Pioneer net. Over far half wall with it is Cole Gutman for the Pioneers. Gets it out to center ice. Back to the RedHawks though after deflection. And it's Hampus Reichwitz who controls it his own end here for Miami. Reichwitz plays it up towards center ice. Here's Ryan Savage. Dumps it in over the Pioneer line on the right wing over to the far half wall, where it goes all the way down the ice. This will be an icing call, I believe. A Pioneer got a stick on it from the bench and sent it up the right wing down the cape, down the sheet. That was Ryan Barrow who did that for Denver. Got a hold of it in the Miami zone up high and then fired it all the way down the ice. 14:37 to go in the first. So the face-off back in the Miami offensive end. Thomas Daskis will take it near circle here against Brett Stapley. RedHawks win it back to the right point. Daskis shoots it in through the slot. Deflected puck picked up by Barrow of Denver. Tips off glass back to center ice. The puck sent into the RedHawks zone. Derek Daskey with it. In the near corner, slides a pass up the near boards for Ryan Savage. Trying to feed it back toward the center ice area. Stapley came in though, stole it from behind. Stapley over the RedHawk line, right wing to the circle. He centering pass in front. Nobody was home though. We got a penalty coming up here on Miami, I believe, as a Pioneer was down in front of the net trying to come down the wing. That was Jack Devine. And Thomas Daskis will go here for the RedHawks to the box with 14:11 to go in the first. 2-minute trip into Thomas Daskis. He tripped up Devine, who was trying to come down the middle of the ice, drive toward the RedHawk net, maybe get a centering pass there on the Denver Rush. And so the RedHawks in the penalty kill when we come back with 14:11 to go in the first period. 1-0 Miami. The power play goal by Chase Kresak gets the scoring going in this NCHC Quarterfinal series. Back in a moment. This is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Thomas Daskis gets the penalty, 2 minutes for tripping. The first power play of the night for the Pioneers. It will start with a draw to the left of Pearson in the RedHawks zone. Patrick Geshan back with the inside Magness Arena tonight. Game one of our NCHC Quarterfinal series. RedHawks lead at 1-0 over Denver. This face-off to open up the power play features Miami's Monty Graham against Denver's Cole Gutman. Gutman wins it back to the slot. Brink will toss it to Henning. Near circle, Brink played it in front, loose in front of Pearson, and the rebound is driven out up high to the right point. Mike Benning with it, coughed it up though at the right point, has to chase the puck back towards center ice. And will take it back in his own zone. Denver power play on the year, that's third best in the NCAA, 26.5% conversion rate for the Pioneers. A very dangerous power play. They're winning the offensive zone. Denver is far corner, Carter Mazur. Brings it around the near boards to the near half wall for Savoy with 1:26 to go in the man advantage. Slides a pass right point on a shot there, top of the far circle. Glove save made by Pearson on a snapper by Bobby Brink, who walked in from the right point, fired a snapper up high. Pearson the glove save with the left arm, and the face-off to his left with 13:33 to go in the first period. 1:23 is left in the Denver power play. The RedHawk penalty kill. Again, that Daskis minor for tripping. Face-off won by Denver, far circle to work it up to the center blue line. Benning near circle, Brink, one-time blast, went wide right of the net. Kicked off the end boards all the way back to the Denver zone, where Krona will get it behind the Pioneer net, leave it for his teammate Mike Benning. Benning feeds it up the right wing to the neutral zone. Cole Gutman tosses back here for Bobby Brink, takes it through center over the RedHawk line, right wing to the far half wall for Cole Gutman, who let it go there for Savoy, left point. Savoy walks his way across the blue line to the far circle. Puck went off his stick, picks it up though behind the RedHawk net. Feeds Benning near circle, back to Savoy. At the half wall near wing, tosses down to the near corner. With it here is Carter Mazur. Slides a pass right point, Brink is shot. Pearson, I think, got a piece of that with the basically blade of his right skate to deflect it to the near corner. Missouri on the puck here with 28 to go in the Denver power play. Pioneers top of the far circle, a shot, they score! It was Cole Gutman in front of the net who fired it past Pearson. His outstretched right leg on the blocker side into the net. I believe it will be Gutman who gets the goal, and we're tied at 1. The power play tally for the Pioneers with 12:35 to go in the first. It gets this building on their feet. Kind of a quiet building so far. The puck was in the far circle, the face-off dot. Gutman got a feed from his teammate Bobby Brink. Gutman standing at the near hash mark to the right circle, fired it in right in front of the net on Pearson. A wrister over the outstretched right leg and the blocker side into the net. And so again, with 12:35 to go in the first, we are all tied up at 1 apiece. A power play goal for each team so far in the opening half of the first period. So the Pioneers with the puck here through the neutral zone after the center ice draw. RedHawks control now in the center circle and cough it up over the RedHawk line. Right wing, Ryan Barrow drives his way in behind the Miami net. Almost shoved off there by Alec Capstick. RedHawks work it free at the near half wall of their own zone. Try to get it out back to center. They will. Resock chips it over the Pioneer line. Right wing, right in on Krona's net. Magness Krona makes the cover in the Pioneer cage against his left pad on the bouncer that came in toward him. And we'll get a stoppage here with 12:10 to go in the first. Draw to Krona's left is coming up. We're tied at 1 in Denver. And the shots are 4-2 in favor of the Pioneers. So the RedHawks toss out the Daskis, Ryan Savage, Pletsky line for this face-off. We'll take on Massimo Rizzo in the face-off. Daskis will. It's one back to the near corner by the Pioneers in their own zone. Irwin with it far wing, gets it up to the far half wall for Cameron Wright, who plays this one over to Webster, who takes it over the RedHawk line to the right wing. Far circle, a shot came in there. He got it over to Rizzo, a point-blank chance. And Pearson made the blocker save to the far corner. Rizzo works it up to the left point. Here's Lee with a puck. Fires a high wrister in over the net. Goes back to the far corner. Rizzo is first to it. Got a pass here to Webster. Now Irwin driving his way in toward the slot. He was hooked from behind. Both arms go up. Another penalty coming up here on Miami with 11:39 to go in the first. And the Pioneers will go back to the power play. A hooking minor here will be assessed to Chase Pletsky. The puck was being carried down from the right point by the Pioneers, and Pletsky laid a hook in the high slot from behind. And both referees raised their arm there, so back to the power play for the Pioneers. They're 1 for 1 in that category tonight. The face-off to the far side of the RedHawk zone, won by Miami. Derek Daskey able to send it down the length of the ice right after the draw to start this penalty kill for the RedHawks. Again, a 1-1 game with 11:23 to go in the first. Savoy over the RedHawk line, left wing, drives his way toward the net. Pearson made a chest save. Buck deflects here in the near corner. Pioneers win the battle, get it up to the left point. With it is Cole Gutman, trying to feed it far circle off Graham's stick to the far half wall. Picked up there by Owen Ozar. Gets it in behind the RedHawk net with a puck, Carter Missouri. Works it up to the near half wall for Bobby Brink. Cross ice look to the far circle. Savoy on it here, back to the line for Benning. 1:17 to go in the power play. Benning far circle. Savoy a one-time rip. And Pearson with a right pad save. RedHawks corral the rebound and clear. It goes down the length of the rink off the stick of Derek Daskey. Let's go Pioneers. The chant for the student section to our left. Standing behind the RedHawk net. Kind of a good one tonight for the playoffs. Over the Pioneer, over the RedHawk line, right wing comes Shane Bawayam for Denver to the far corner. Pioneers still on the power play here for 48 more seconds. Cameron right at the right point, gets it back center blue line. Here's Barons to the near circle, trying to feed it over. It was picked up by Rhett Savage, who fights and claws to get the puck out of the zone and back into the Pioneer end. RedHawks will change their penalty kill forwards here, so Corbin and Graham are now on the ice. 30 seconds to go on the Denver power play. Pioneers work it here on their own zone. Rizzo takes it over the RedHawk line, left wing, feeds to right. Far circle look, now it's back in the slot. Barons back to the near circle for Rizzo, who walks his way to the boards. Now Barons in the slot, a shot went off a RedHawk stick, off the stick of Stapley. Near circle with it, Rizzo for the Pioneers in the final seconds of the power play. Fed it left point. Barons kept it in. Back to the near circle, Rizzo. High slot. His pass went through the legs of Stapley. Picked up though at the line by Barons. Power play is over. RedHawks kill it. Pletzky is a free man after the hooking minor. Near circle is right. Plays it in behind the RedHawk net. Chase Pletzky here to pick it up for Miami. Fresh out of the box. He gets tripped up behind the net. That's going to be a call. The arm goes up. Asimo Rizzo tripped Pletzky. Will feed it near wing for Clement over the Pioneer line right wing. Fed it right to Sean Barons of Denver, who provides the touch-up. And with 9:17 to go in the first period, the RedHawks will go to the power play in a tie game at 1. The second power play chance of the night for Miami is Rizzo tripping up Chase Pletzky below the goal line and behind the Miami net for the 2-minute minor for tripping. 9:17 to go first period. We're back to Denver in a moment. RedHawks to the power play when we return. This is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. .9:17 to go first period from Denver, Colorado. Patrick Geshan back to the inside. Magness Arena. RedHawks to the power play out of our media timeout. Second try of the night for the RedHawks on the man advantage. And the face-off here to left of Magness Corona, won by Miami to the near corner of the offensive zone. Up in the far side, played out by Denver, who got the puck far half wall. It was Capone who sent it all the way down. Again, a tie game at 1. RedHawks 1 for 1 on the power play this evening. They scored on the face-off violation minor that was assessed against Basimo Rizzo earlier on in the game. Rizzo back in the box for the Pioneers with a tripping minor here. RedHawks with the puck at center ice with 1:30 left in the power play. Regas over the Pioneer line left wing. Will feed it back to the near circle, but it's picked up by Webster, who gets it all the way down the ice for the Pioneers. In behind Pearson's net, he'll make the stop and leave it there for Derek Daskey. Daskey up the far wing out of the RedHawks zone with 1:13 to go in the power play. Feeds it right wing. Regas chips it over the Pioneer line and behind the Denver net. Benning first to it, copped it up. RedHawks nearly got a steal there in front of the Denver net. They're going to work it though back to the blue line. Here's Krisak with a shot in the slot, got blocked. Almost picked it up himself. RedHawks can't grab it though. Pioneers up the left wing through center. King with a shot near circle at Pearson, who made the chest save there on the wrister point blank at a face-off dot. And the RedHawks here will work this puck out up the near wing of their own zone. Matt Berry will take it with 43 seconds to go in the power play. Daskey through center. Left wing feed over the Pioneer line. Comes Chase Pletzky. Hits the brakes, spins around at the far half wall. Gets it back in behind the Pioneer net to the near corner. Daskey's on it here. We get a whistle for a penalty call from center ice. It's going to be a holding call here, I believe, on the RedHawks. And that it is. Ryan Savage going to the box with 7:47 left in the first. 2-minute minor for holding against Ryan Savage, who I guess held somebody in a board battle there behind the Pioneer net. And so that will kill off basically this RedHawk power play. Will skate 4-on-4 for the next 31 seconds in a game that's tied 1 apiece. Shots are 7-2 Denver. Again, 7:47 to go in the first. The Pioneers will get about a 1-minute 30-second power play after this initial penalty expires to the Pioneers' Massimo Rizzo for tripping. So it's Ryan Savage in the box for holding. RedHawks able to work the draw out to center ice to the right of Pearson to start us out in 4-on-4. And it trickles back into the Denver zone where it's Lee who picks it up behind the Pioneer net. And will try to spin it out the near corner. Picked off though by Fletcher. Feeds Crowder right point, who copped it up. And it's grabbed here by the Pioneers. Jack Devine up high, gave it over for Lee. Lee with the puck, feeds it right wing. Here is Brett Stapley, takes it back in his own zone for the Pioneers. Feeds it near wing for Bawayam. Over the Red Hawk line here on the left side. Bawayam driving it for the goal line. Takes it behind the net. They feed it toward the slot. The pass missed Stapley in front of him. And the puck near circle cleared by Miami all the way down the ice. It's now a power play for the Pioneers as the 4-on-4 is over. 1:12 to go in power play time. The Ryan Savage holding minor. Here's Savoy over the Red Hawk line left wing. Drives his way toward the net. Trying to feed it forward off the skate there of Clement. Goes left point. Bobby Brink on it for Denver. Walks it in through the circle. Feeds the near circle here for Carter Mazur. Back to the slot. Shot came in there for Mike Benning. Deflected near corner. And it's worked all the way down the ice by the Red Hawks. Corbin able to win a board battle near half wall and play it behind the Denver net. Pioneers on their own zone with a puck. Benning tosses back. With it, here's Bobby Brink through the center ice area. Over the Red Hawk line right wing. Brink to the far circle in the corner. Able to pick this one up. As Sinnard chips this one around to the far half wall. Barbolini there, missed it. Puck in the slot. Savoy shoots it over the top left corner of the net. To the near half wall with it, here's Gutman. Takes it back to the left point. Benning fires it forward. Near circle with it, here's Carter Savoy. Back center blue line for Benning. Right point now, Savoy with a puck. Takes it toward the high slot. Carter Savoy to the far circle. With it, there's Brink, who shot it over the net. The nation's leading scorer missing the net there. 5:50 to go in the first, 3 to go in the power play. Brink, high slot with it for Denver. The offensive zone, walks it over far circle. Brink near circle. Gutman patient, shoots it. Pearson made the pat save with his right leg through traffic. Clement picks it up, clears it all the way down the ice. It went off the stick there of Benning of the Pioneers and back behind the Denver net, so the icing is waved off. It's Behrens who skates it through center over the Red Hawk line left wing. Let it go in the near corner. Ramp chips it around the boards off the stanchion. Pioneers pick it up. High slot, a shot. Rizzo blocked there by Hampus Reichwist. Goes to the near corner. Rizzo and Reichwist in a board battle. Red Hawks can't clear up the left wing. Behrens with the puck, tosses down the near corner. Reichwist hits Rizzo before it gets there. Goes over to the far half wall. Stapley grabs it for Denver. Red Hawks don't win a board battle and chip it out to center. Monty Graham is tripped up, trying to advance forward towards center ice. That's going to be a call, and the Red Hawks return to the power play here with 5:01 to go in the first. Crowd doesn't like it here at Magness Arena, as it was pretty much an unintentional trip up by Massimo Rizzo, who goes to the box for his third minor penalty of the first period just by himself. And we get another announcement coming here from our referee tonight, Mike Sheehan. We're going to say it's under review for a potential major penalty. So the puck was out towards center ice at the red line, and he had at the far side of the blue line going into the Red Hawk zone. Monty Graham get tripped, or no, Stasky, I believe, get tripped up trying to come out towards center ice by Rizzo, who made the play to trip him up. Whether it was intentional or not, it was well away from the puck. I think that's what really got this call. I think in a closer game in the third period, it's not something that really gets called, just kind of a weird trip up away from the puck, kind of in a weird spot against the boards on the far side of the blue line, but nonetheless the call is given. The Red Hawk bench went nuts when the trip up was made, and Rizzo, I believe, will just have a minor penalty here, so we'll get our announcement again for Mike Sheehan. And they do say it's just a minor penalty for tripping to Rizzo. So it was away from the play, the puck was in the area, it was unintentional contact that probably shouldn't have been made against the boards. They call it, and so the Red Hawks to the power play again. 1 for 2 on the power play tonight is Miami with 5:01 to go in the first. Tie game at 1 in this quarterfinal series, game 1. Red Hawks on the draw near circle. Griesak's shot went through the 5-hole of Corona, who was able to squeeze it last second to keep that one out of the net. A very close look there by Grisak, who shot it through traffic from the near face-off dot right through the legs of Corona, who squeezed it last second to keep it out. 4:55 to go in the first. Power play and 1:53 to go on it. Denver wins the draw near circle here in the Miami offensive zone. Work it out to center. Grisak trying to get it over the Pioneer line right wing. Mayhew though won a stick battle with Grisak, and it's Mayhew who chips it down in behind the Miami net to clear on the Denver PK. Derek Tasky from out of his own net with it for Miami. Feeds Grisak right wing over the Pioneer line. Fired a wrister in from the blue line right to the breadbasket of Corona, who makes the stop with 4:30 left in the first, 1:29 to go. In the power play for the RedHawks, draw coming to Magness Corona's left. RedHawks set up with the Matt Berry, Greasock, and Barbolini line on this power play. They win the draw back to the left point. Dasky rips it, tipped over the net by traffic in front. That was Barbolini, grabbed behind the cage by the Pioneers. Mike Benning works it out back to center. Denver able to get it here in the circle. King over the RedHawk line, left wing, will try to feather a pass through the high slot. Could not do that for the near circle. Pioneers work the puck back out to center ice here on the penalty kill. Just trying to waste more time by themselves. It's Bawayam with it. Near circle of Pioneer zone. Feeds it up here for King. Takes it over the RedHawk line, right wing with 55 to go in the Miami power play. King driving his way toward the net. Dasky there locked him up. And King never got a shot off on Ludwig Pearson. So it's Dasky with the puck all by himself in his own zone for Miami. Feeds it back here for Barry. Takes over the Pioneer line on the right wing. Barry coughs it up though near half wall. Grabbed immediately by Barrow, who will rip it down the ice on a clear for Denver. 33 to go in the power play for the RedHawks, who have the puck here in their own zone. Michael Rigas tosses behind the RedHawk cage. Hampus Rydquist is with it here for Miami. They'll skate it out from his own zone, feed it left wing. Here's Red Savage over the Pioneer line. Gets it back to Rydquist, high slot, shoots a high wrister, and Corona there has it in the glove. He makes the save to stop the clock, and he had Rigas shoved over by Denver's Justin Lee after the play, thinking that Rigas maybe got a little too close there to Magness Corona, the Pioneer goaltender. So we get the whistle here for the stoppage of play. 14 seconds remain on this RedHawk power play in a tie game at 1 with 3:15 to go in the first. The shots are led by Denver 15-8. Monty Graham will take this draw for the RedHawks against the Pioneers. McCain Webster. Webster wins it near corner. It's cleared up the near wing, but not out. Jack Clement kept it in with his glove after Irwin tried to shoot it out. We get a whistle here for a hand pass as Clement passed it to Corbett unintentionally with his glove, but he did so in the offensive zone. So the RedHawks whistled for the hand pass here. The draw coming up in the neutral zone on the left side of the Pioneer line here, right next to it. RedHawks win it back towards center ice. Alec Capstick will dump this one into the zone. Went off a Denver stick on the left wing. That was Carter Mazur up and out of play. So we'll stop our clock here with 3:05 to go in the first period. 1-1 tie between Miami and Denver. RedHawks still on the power play here for 4 more seconds. The Rizzo minor for tripping. Monty Graham. And the drop for the RedHawks wins it back, but it splits the defense. Goes all the way back to Pearson. The power play over. RedHawks working out their own zone. We're back to 5-on-5. 2:54 to go in the first. Here's Capstick over the Pioneer line, middle of the ice. Fired a shot wide right of the net. Grant picks it up out of the near corner. Bad angle look. It was saved by the right pad there of Corona. Pioneers working up through center ice. A pass got tipped by Clement. Stick still deflected into the near corner of the Miami zone. Mazur picks it up, throws it in front. Right there was Olmstead to take the pass away. Feeds it right wing here for Monty Graham. Tosses middle for Olmstead over the Pioneer line on the right wing. Olmstead trimmed up a little bit, got in the way there of Webster. They'll play on. Irwin with a puck now for Denver near circle of his own zone. Feeds it up the left wing. Chipped by Mazur to the near corner of the Miami end. Nick Donato comes in here. We get another penalty call. This is going to be a high stick, and I think they might have got Mazur. Media timeout anyway, and yeah, it's on Denver. Mazur going to the box. A high stick and call, so he must have got a stick up high on Donato. During that board battle, I couldn't really see it behind the RedHawk net. Kind of away the ice for me, but it's going to be a high stick of the Pioneers. Carter Mazur, and another power play chance coming up for the RedHawks. When we come back, it's going to be their fourth power play chance of the night, with 2:17 to go in the first and a tie game at 1. Back to Denver in a moment. This is Miami Hockey on RedHawk Radio. RedHawk power play underway here late in the first period. It's a 2-minute minor issued for high stick into Denver's Carter Missouri. Third power play chance of the night for Miami. Puck here in the near circle of the Miami offensive zone. Daskey with it, far circle. Barry rips a shot over the net. Back to the right point, cleaned up by Fletcher for the RedHawks. Keeps it in the offensive zone. Fletcher with it, tosses center blue line. Daskey, top of the near circle. Fletcher down the goal line. Greasock tossed it in front, and that went through the crease. Pioneers pick it up far circle, and it's thrown all the way down the ice in the backhand by Bobby Brink. In behind the RedHawk net with 1:25 to go in this power play for the RedHawks. I misspoke, it's the fourth power play chance of the night for Miami. They are 0 for 3 on the man advantage this evening. Puck played near corner here, the Pioneers zone, 2 against 2 battle for it. Pioneers win it, can't clear though. Bouncing puck kept in at the blue line by Fletcher. Try to feed it slot to Barbolini. Swooping in there was King to pick it up for the Pioneers. And he will get it right wing to Stapley, who tripped up over the RedHawk line, lost the puck near circle, and Stapley will get it back against PJ Fletcher. Fletcher though will lock him up in a stick battle near corner. RedHawks win it, trying to get it up the ice. Deflects over on the far side of the center ice area, and a deflected pass. Stapley picks it up for Denver, back for Bawayam, who tosses back in his own zone for Mayhew. Kyle Mayhew lifts it in all the way in on Pearson, who makes the glove stop. Will play it behind his net for Nick Donato. 30 seconds to go on the power play for Miami. We have 45 left in the first. Over the Pioneer line, left wing, Red Savage lost the puck in front of him. Pioneers clean it up and clear it all the way down the ice. Mayhew got a hold of it there. Puck goes over to the far corner of Miami zone. 17 seconds to go on the power play. Within the center circle is Hampus Ryquist. Over the Pioneer line, right wing through the near circle. He lost the puck. Mayhew picks it up, fires all the way down behind the RedHawk net. With 5 to go on the power play, 20 seconds left in the first. Far corner, Red Savage to the near corner here for Ryan Savage in the Miami zone. As Missouri escapes the box, he's a free man for the Pioneers. We're back to 5-on-5. Puck over the Pioneer line here in the left wing. To the far circle to Denver zone. Reed Irwin tosses near side for Lee. Here's Gutman over the RedHawk line left wing. 2 seconds to go. He fired a shot just wide left of Pearson's net right at the buzzer. That one was going in too. If it was a little bit to the right, as Pearson had the left side of the net blocked, he was not at all guarding the right side. Kind of out of position there a little bit. And the shot just a few feet wide left of the left post to send us to the end of the first period, and we are tied at 1. Miami and Denver after 1 here for Magness Arena in game 1 of this best of 3 NCHC quarterfinal this weekend. So for Miami, really good start to the period. Of course, the RedHawks drew first blood in this game on the power play. That came 3:19 into the first period when PJ Fletcher scored the goal. Well, that's not correct. I don't believe. It was not Fletcher in front of the net. It was Chase Pletzky. I don't think Fletcher, according to the stats program here, it says Fletcher got the goal. That's not correct. It was Pletzky who chipped it in front of the net. I can see how they made that mistake. It's Pletzky's number 28, PJ Fletcher's number 8, so I understand the mistake, but it was Chase Pletzky who got the goal for the RedHawks to start out the scoring. That was again 3:19 into the first period on the power play. Chase Pletzky with his 7th goal of the year. The assists they give to Ryan Savage and Chase Greasock, those are correct, because it was Savage who shot the puck. It was tipped by Pletzky, and then Greasock was at the right point who fed it down to Savage in the near circle to get the play going. So that got the scoring going. 3:19 into the first period for Miami to take a 1-0 lead. The Pioneers answered on the power play a few minutes later. 7:25 into the opening frame. Cole Gutman fired a shot right in front of the net over the outstretched right leg of Ludwig Pearson. Bobby Brink and Mike Bennett grabbed the assist on that one for the Pioneers to tie this game up at 1 after 20 minutes here from inside Magness Arena. In terms of your statistical outlook on that first period, the shots after 20 minutes are led by the Pioneers by a 15-8 margin. Your total shots, ones that either hit the net or did not, are led by Denver 27-14. So the Pioneers really doing a great job to outshoot Miami in our game so far tonight after 20 minutes. Power plays, Denver 1 for 2 on the power play in the first period. The RedHawks went 0 for 4 in the first period of the game. And then your face-offs, Denver 14 face-off wins to Miami's 8 in those first period. A good stat though for the RedHawks, Miami with 6 blocked shots in the opening 20 minutes compared to Denver's 1 blocked shot. And then the penalty minutes, of course, kind of a big factor in that first period with all the power plays going on. There was a lot of penalties called in the opening 20. Denver had 8 penalty minutes in the first 20 minutes. The RedHawks had 6. And so that is where we stand statistically here after our first 20 minutes of play from inside Magness Arena. We'll take a look at your NCHC scoreboard around the country. We already have one final tonight in Kalamazoo. Western Michigan 4, Omaha 2. The Mavericks were up in that game 2-1 at one point, I think late in the second period, but Western Michigan stormed back to win that game tonight in Kalamazoo 4-2. So the Pioneers take a 1-0 lead in their best-of-3 series with them, or the Broncos, I should say, take a 1-0 lead in the best-of-3 series they have with the Mavericks at Western Michigan. Other game going on tonight in the NCHC, our other quarterfinal. They are at the end of the second period in Grand Forks tonight. North Dakota 2, Colorado College 1 after 40 minutes from the Ralph. North Dakota, of course, the 2 seed in the tournament, shared the title with Denver, but the tiebreak mathematically put Denver in the 1 seed for tournament seeding purposes. North Dakota got the 2 seed for this weekend and throughout the rest of the NCHC tournament. So North Dakota hosting the 7 seed in CC, and the Fighting Hawks lead that game 2-1 after 40 from the Ralph. Of course, our game is tied at 1 here after 20 minutes from Magness Arena. All right, our first intermission here from Denver. We will step aside. It will be about a 10 or 11 minute break, and then we're back with you for the second period from inside Magness Arena. Good period by the RedHawks. They kept up the pace, kept up the intensity, got pucks to the net. All those things you want to do when you come into a new place like Denver, try to play in a playoff game. Pioneers came out a little slow, in my opinion. Didn't really show us all that they can, but obviously just game 1 of the weekend. We'll see a lot more hockey to be played this weekend, no matter if the series goes 2 or 3 games. So it'll be interesting to see how the teams come out, of course, in the second period. Ludwig Pearson, of course, doing a great job, as always, stopping 14 of 15 Denver shots there in those opening 20 minutes. So again, 1-1 tie, Denver and Miami all knotted up. Our first intermission from Denver, Colorado. 10 or 11 minute break, and then we're back with you for the second period. So stay with us, grab a snack, come back in about 10 or 11 minutes. Tie game at 1 at the end of 1 here from Magness Arena, Miami and Denver. You are listening to Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Back out for the second period here for Magness Arena in Denver, Colorado. 1-1 your score after 20 minutes between the Miami RedHawks and the Denver Pioneers. Game 1 of our NCHC Best of 3 Series quarterfinals this weekend across the league. Patrick Geshan back with you here inside Magness Arena, high above the ice. RedHawks and Pioneers back out for the second period of play. Here in a tie game at 1. The shots, again, led by Denver, 16-8. In those opening 20 minutes of our game tonight. RedHawks move right to left across your radio here in our second period of play. So Ludwig Pearson is to my right. Crowd tonight at Denver is pretty decent. This place seats probably about 8,000 or 9,000 people. It is 2/3 full. Student section of probably 500 to 600 kids. They've been making some noise here tonight. Been a pretty fun atmosphere in Denver, Colorado. All right, RedHawks win the draw, get it deep into the Denver zone to start us out here in the second period. Goes to the far corner. Cole Gutman is on it here for Denver. Works it up to the near wing for Bobby Brink. Back for Gutman over the RedHawk line left wing. Gutman cuts middle to the near circle. Played in front of one-timer. Pearson with a great save with his right pad. Point blank rob Bobby Brink on the far side. In the far post, a wide open one-timer for Brink. Got a beautiful pass from the near wing, and Ludwig sliding over to grab it with his right pad against the iron. What a play by Pearson. Pioneers back with it here, near circle, the offensive zone. Carter Savoy is with the puck here for Denver. Gets it up high in the far half wall. Hampus Reichos there will lift it out back to center for the RedHawks. Pioneers regroup in the neutral zone with some fresh legs out there. Here's Devine, gets it over the RedHawk line left wing, sets up a drive-by barrel that goes over the RedHawk net. Back towards center ice. Barbolini on it for Miami. Chips it into the near corner of the Denver zone from the center ice red line near wing. Goes back up toward the far half wall on the Miami offensive end. Picked up here by Jack Devine. Takes over the RedHawk line left wing. Tosses near circle for Stapley in front. One-timer wide left of the net. Came in there for Jack Devine. Another chance in front. Pioneers grab it far half wall here. Brett Stapley with it. Tosses back for Behrens, who fired it through the slot. Deflected off the stick of Barrow to the near corner here in the Denver offensive zone. Great start to the period for the Pioneers, getting pucks on net. Miami sloppy in their own zone in terms of the puck handling here. It goes to the near corner. RedHawks turned it over on the bad pass. Red Savage can't clear. He fed it right to Kyle Mayhew at the center of the blue line, who tosses in far corner in the Denver offensive zone. Pioneers keep it into the far half wall. Red Savage on it here. With a pass to the near wing for Capstick, lifts it out off the glass and over the Pioneer line. Miami a much needed change. Pioneers charge right back up the ice. Webster tosses back right to the far circle. One-timer, they score! Jack Devine got the goal for the Pioneers. A beautiful feed by Webster. They came for the near circle. Over to the far face-off dot where Devine, the one-timer past Pearson. Nothing Ludwig could do on that. Over the outstretched right leg of Ludwig Pearson, and Denver the 2-1 lead. The even strength goal with 17:55 to go in the second. The Pioneers had about 3 chances in this period already, 2 minutes and 5 seconds into it, where they set up point-blank one-timers, wide open one-timers on the opposite side of the ice. Pearson saved the first 2 miraculously. The third one, of course, could not go in. It's a pretty sloppy defensive zone play by Miami here to start us out the second. Hopefully they can figure that out pretty soon. Otherwise, it's going to be a long night. Pioneers 2, RedHawks 1. Denver back up the ice again. It's Missouri over the RedHawk line to the right wing. Takes it to the far circle. Arcs his way back to the far half wall toward the left point. Lee with the puck now. Walks in and scores! That time a snapshot by Lee in the far circle, who chipped it over the glove side shoulder of Pearson, top right corner of the net. The RedHawks screened their goaltender pretty well. Maybe tipped by Webster in front before it went through Pearson. It was 17:24 to go in the second. The Pioneers scored 2 goals back-to-back within 30 seconds of each other, and all of a sudden 3-1 Denver. It is going to be credit to the goal for McCain Webster, who was able to slide it past Pearson with a tip on the shot that came from the far side of the ice. So, RedHawks, you're going to have to start doing something different in the second period as we get going. Puck in the far half wall here in the Miami zone. They turn it over in the far corner. Carter King with it now for the Pioneers. Works it back up high. Here's Byam with it. Pass it front. Saved by Pearson with the right pad. Deflected off the stick of Capone right to Ludwig. Back to the right point is Bennick. Slides it to the far half wall. Picked up in the circle by Reichquist. Fires off glass back to center ice. Mike Benning on it here. Tosses near wing between the legs of Edwards. And it's Daskey with it for Miami to zone end. Feeds it back out towards center ice to Byam, who plays it back to the near circle. Daskey, rink wide feed for Reichquist. Plays it through center. Daskis the chip in the center circle to the near corner of the Pioneer zone. A full 5-man change here for Miami. Gutman with the puck for Denver and over the Red Hawk line right wing. Near corner Brink tosses out toward the middle. Regis picks it up in front of the Red Hawk net. Tosses the puck down the ice up the right wing through center. With it here, Grisak fires a shot far circle of the offensive zone and off the stick there of Sean Behrens. Up and out of play with 16-14 to go in the second. And the Pioneers leading 3-1. Denver on top of the shots count as well, 20-10 at this point in the second period. Good play though by Grisak to get that puck on net. And a draw here to the left of Corona in the Denver zone. Nicole Gutman to take it for the Pioneers against Miami's Matt Berry. Berry wins it toward the far half wall, picked up far corner. Behrens lifts it out past center ice for the Pioneers all the way down the cage, but beating out the icing there was Savoy up the left wing. Able to work it to the near half wall up to the right point. Bobby Brink spins around center blue line with a puck. Near circle, Mayhew, room to skate. Mayhew went on goal with a shot. Pearson the save, rebound cleaned up. Matt Berry with it now for Miami through center ice. Berry over the Pioneer line right away, makes a move, breaks in on net, fires a shot, and it's in between the legs of Corona, who makes the stop with 15:47 to go in the second. So you had Berry get the puck in the Miami zone up high, skated it one-on-one through the neutral zone, made a move on Behrens, who was the defender back. A great deke by Berry against Behrens, top of the far circle, the Denver zone. And then Berry had basically a breakaway to the net. He decided to go 5-hole on Corona, who squeezed the legs just enough to make the stop with 15:47 again left here in the second. So for the Redhawks to have success this weekend, obviously we know that those types of plays are going to have to go in for Miami. Good shot by Berry, but Corona talked about how great of a goaltender he is. Able to make the stop. Redhawks can't keep it in the zone at the right point after a face-off win. Sidard banks it off the near boards in front of the penalty boxes at center ice, where a battle ensues. Barbolini wins it, advances it forward for Miami into the Denver zone. Pioneers take over a loose puck. Justin Lee feeds it up for Barrow. Over the Red Hawk line right wing comes Stapley. Near circle, Stapley drive to the net. Get stopped up there by Red Savage. We'll feed it middle now for PJ Fletcher. And over on the right wing, Sidard chips over the Pioneer line on the right wing and in behind the Denver net. Wrapped around the near wing boards by the Pioneers up high in their own zone. Glove down there by Barrow, who will have to try to fight his way up the right wing with a puck. He turned it over to Corbett. Corbett D-to-D for Reichquist. Right wing feed for Monty Graham over the Pioneer line right side. Graham feeds the middle. Corbett with room to skate. He shot it just wide right of the net with Olmstead screening Corona in front. Puck goes to the far corner here in the Pioneer zone. Monty Graham digging after it here with McCade Webster. 2-against-2 battle. Puck locked up. Finally squirts free up the far wing boards. The Miami offensive zone. Missouri takes over here for the Pioneers. Over the Red Hawk line right wing. Missouri hit the brakes. Top of the near circle. Walks the puck down the near corner. Red Hawks tie him up there. Little board battle ensues. Webster comes away with it for Denver. Feeds it center blue line. One-time blast. Wide left of the net. Came off the stick of Benning. Over at the far half wall with it. Cameron Wright. To the right point for Benning. Back for right center blue line. He copped it up. Ryan Savage there. Advances forward for the Red Hawks. And it's into the Pioneer zone. Denver works it up through center ice. Gutman over the Red Hawk line left wing. Stood up there by Reichquist coming in the zone. It's fed up to the far side of the Denver zone there. Through center ice. Chipped off his stick. Pletsky takes over the Pioneer line here in the left wing. Grabbed by Gutman. Fed it middle right in front of his zone net. Nearly there was Ryan Savage to steal it away for the Red Hawks. Could not. Here comes Denver into the offensive zone. Lost puck off the stick of Benning. Grabbed there by Capstick. Puts it forward up the left wing down the ice. An icy call whistled here against Miami. A pass en route to Pletsky that went 3 feet left of him. And the icy call against Miami here with 13:38 to go in the second. A 3-1 Denver lead for Magness Arena tonight. The draw to Ludwig Pearson's right is coming up. 21-11, the shots lead in favor of Denver. The Pioneers, of course, swept the season series, all 4 games against Miami. They swept them here at Magness and swept them at Steve Candy Arena as well. Well, the Steve Candy Arena games were close, a lot of Miami fans would argue. RedHawks put the puck in their own bench up the right wing, trying to get it out of the defensive zone. It was Ryan Savage who skated it up toward the center ice red line, tried to dump it in, but it was into the Miami bench, a little bit too far right and over the boards to give us immediate timeout here with 26 to go in the second period. 3-1 Denver over Miami. Back to Magness in a moment. This is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. .26 left in our second period for Denver, Colorado inside Magness Arena. 3-1 the Denver Pioneers over the Miami RedHawks. Patrick Geshan back with you. So our draw of our timeout is on the Pioneer left wing, closest to their blue line, far side of the ice. Denver wins it. Through the neutral zone they go. Capone over the RedHawk line right wing. We'll flip it in on Pearson, who made a blocker stop to the far corner. Rodriguez picks it up there for Miami. Feeds it near wing for Greasock. It's to the center ice red line left wing. Dumps it in far corner to the Pioneer zone. Wraps around near half wall. King is on it here for Denver. Well, cross ice, feed it over on the far side. Fletcher there picked it off for Miami. Fletcher backhander in front. The one-timer at Barry was stopped short by the right pad of Corona, who slid over across the net to stop Barry from a point-blank one-timer on a feed from the far side. Barry posted up along the near post of the Denver net and could not get it past basically the skate blade there. The skate blade save by Magness Corona. What a stop. And then the puck was cleared up and out of play by the Pioneers, so the draw on the Miami offensive zone to Corona's right. 12:53 to go in the second. 3-1 Denver. Draws one back by Miami here to the left point. Donato flips it in through the slot. Black down there by Barons. Here come the Pioneers with it over the Red Hawk line left wing. King chasing it down to the far corner. Miami takes over there. Bray Crowder feeds it near wing for Fletcher and then back for Crowder. Far side Donato can't get out of his own zone. Deflected off Barrow, his shin guard, and deflected off that up and out of play. Just past the Denver bench. They say a neutralized draw here will take place with 12:34 to go in the second, and it will take place on the Miami right wing closest to their blue line in the neutral zone. Monty Graham will take it for Miami against Denver's Brett Stapley. Clean win back for Graham into the Red Hawk zone. Hampus Ryquist on to here for Miami in the far corner. Off the boards to the near side for Dasky. Now near circle with it, Monty Graham. Banks it off the boards, back to center ice. Stapley on to here, center circle for the Pioneers. Works it back in his own zone. He'll just kind of circle around in his own end against the Miami forecheck. Gets it far side, played up by Justin Lee. Left wing, deflected off his stick. In on Pearson's net, makes the stop. Ludwig plays it behind his cage. Dasky on it here now for Miami. Near wing feed for Corbin. Here's Graham back out at center ice. Rink wide look to the far side. Ryquist to the offensive zone. Far circle shot. A little snapper there. Shoulder save. It was made by Corona with the left side of his body. Puck worked out back to center. Ryquist chips over the Pioneer line on the right wing and behind the net. Corona stops it there for Denver. And leaves it behind his cage for Justin Lee, the assistant captain, who will hand off to Jack Devine, who lost it up high in his zone. Here is Daskus, stole it away for Barbolini. Back for Daskus near circle. Puck tricks off his stick to the near corner of the Denver zone. Webster copped it up there. Barbolini on it now for Miami. Trying to work his way in a board battle near corner. Steal the puck. Barbolini, good physical play. Gets it back down to the near side for Daskus. Drives his way behind the Pioneer net. Daskus, though, led up by Ryan Savage. Back to the left point for Capstick. Right point, Clement shoots it over the top left corner of the net. We got a penalty coming here on Denver, I think, and we do. with 11:10 to go in the second, 3-1 Pioneers. It's going to be a high sticking call against Denver. And it looks like they got Justin Lee, the guilty party, the Pioneers' assistant captain. Two for high stick. I did not see the call. I don't know where it occurred, where the penalty occurred, but you got the RedHawks back to the power play in a game where the power play has done them no favors at all. The RedHawks, this will be their 5th power play opportunity of the night. Miami's 0 for 4 this evening on the power play. So a 2-minute try here in the middle stages of the second. Far circle draws one back to the right point to PJ Fletcher. He copped it up though. And the far half wall, here come the Pioneers up the ice. Stapley over the RedHawk line, right wing, tosses forward toward the slot, picks up the puck off Fletcher's stick. Tried to go for a shot attempt. Fletcher though locked him up, and the RedHawks with the puck here back at center ice. Dasky feeds it right wing. Resock over the Pioneer line, right side, hits the brakes, far half wall, turned right over though to Stapley, who's stolen away from behind with a stick check, and it's back to the near corner. Pearson out of his net to play it in the Miami zone. Dasky up the near wing for Fletcher. Here's Barry over to Pletzky over the Pioneer line, left wing. Brings it around the boards to the far half wall. Kresak with it there, plays it behind the net. Pletzky in the near corner. Left point Dasky, 1:13 to go in the power play here. Far half wall with it is Fletcher. Back to the right point for Dasky. Feeds it near circle for Matt Barry. Stick handles his way back to the near corner in the Miami offensive zone. Barry, rink wide feed to the far half wall. Fletcher's on it here. Takes it up right point, center blue line, try to feed Dasky, went over his stick, 2-on-1 the other way for Denver. Barrow right wing through the circle, feed it in front. It deflected off the near post of the net, went behind the cage. Barrow picks it up and will take this one all the way back to his own zone and feed near circle for Mayhew. Mayhew puts it back in the Miami end. All this comes with 36 to go in the RedHawk power play. Dasky wraps it around the boards near wing, back to center ice to nobody really. Pioneers pick it up. It's Benning who tosses a pass forward. Missouri over the RedHawk line, left wing toward the net. Made a deke on Pearson, but shot it wide left of the cage. Goes to the far corner. On it here is Dasky. Wins a board battle. RedHawks still in the power play for 15 more seconds. Barbolini through center ice over the Pioneer line. Here on the left wing, lost it. In behind the Pioneer cage. Red Savage gets a loose puck though in the near circle. Fired a shot. Nice blocker save made by Corona. Goes to the far corner. Ryan Savage trying to lift it up to the right point. He could not hit a pass to Capstick. Power play is over. We're back to 5-on-5. And the RedHawks re-enter the zone offside. As Red Savage carrying the puck over the left wing. Barbolini jumped ahead of him on the right wing. And we'll get a media timeout with 9:05 to go here in the second. RedHawks in the power play are 0 for 5 tonight. And it's a 3-1 Denver lead just past the halfway mark of our game one of the NCHC Quarterfinal. Miami Hockey on RedHawk Radio. .05 to go in the second. 3-1 Denver over Miami. Patrick Geshan back with the inside Magness Arena. Want to say hello to a few people we know listening in tonight. Starts with my grandma Marlene, who I know is staying up and listening from North Springfield, Vermont tonight. Hello. My uncle Jeff is listening from Perkinsville, Vermont tonight. Hello to him. My mom Carmen, my brother Parker probably listening from Southwest Ohio tonight. And my high school chemistry teacher, Mr. Pasquale, tuned in from Oxford tonight. Say hello to him as well. And for wherever you're listening from this evening, appreciate you tuning in, spending a part of your Friday night with us. Here on RedHawk Radio, quarterfinals of the NCHC. It's game one. 3-1 lead for the Denver Pioneers over the Miami RedHawks in this best-of-3 series. So we're 5-on-5 out of our media timeout. Justin Lee with a puck near half wall for Denver in his own zone. The backhand lift out to center on the near wing. Scott Corbett got it here for the RedHawks, but the play is whistled dead. I don't know what exactly the call is here. Maybe a high stick deflection, I don't know. Yeah, it was a high stick on Corbett, I think, who played that puck above his shoulders maybe as it was up high in the glass. So the draw to the left of Pearson here in the Miami zone. 8:40 left in the second period. Pretty good crowd on hand tonight in Denver. Monty Graham in this draw for the RedHawks against Cole Gutman of the Pioneers. Gutman clean win back to the right point. Irwin slides at left point for Lee. Far circle with it here is Bobby Brink. Driven to the far corner by Capstick. Taken away though by Gutman here at the far half wall. Shovels it back to the far corner. Brink on it here for the Pioneers. Up high on the left side. Dishes back left point. Lee is on it. Gets it back down to the far corner for Denver. Brink now on the puck for the Pioneers in the far circle. Spins his way around to the far half wall. And Denver loses it out to center. Popped off the stick there of Carter Savoy at the left point back toward the neutral zone. Lee will feed it left wing here for Gutman in behind the Red Hawk net. Ludwig Pearson around the glass, the near corner. Savoy stopped it there for Denver. Kept it in the offensive zone. Puck trickles over on the right wing. Clement plays it up towards center ice. Pioneers quickly backing over the line, left wing with it. Puck deflects near corner to dump it off the stick of Savoy. Savoy will feed to the left point. There's a shot by Behrens, immediately blocked there by Rigish with his left leg. It pops off the shin guard all the way back to the far corner of the Pioneer zone. Mayhew locked up there with Matt Berry, taking over his Kreisuk in the offensive zone, trying to wrap around near wing. Loose puck in front. It is covered up by Magness Corona with 7:31 to go in the second. He had a good aggressive forecheck there in the far corner by Berry, Matt Berry of Miami, the offensive zone, who took the puck away in the corner, got it to Kreisuk. Kreisuk behind the net, tried to wrap it around on the near post, but Corona was right there to make the stop against his right pad. It was 7:31 to go in the second. RedHawks offensive zone draw. They win it near circle. Shot over the net by Berry from the left wing. Reserve with a far half wall for the Pioneers. Trying to push it out to center. He can't. Resock to the far corner. Berry's on it here for Miami. Spins the puck around him behind the Pioneer net. Webster to the near half wall. Got it up here for Cameron Wright. Played it out back to center. Wright against PJ Fletcher in a board battle near the penalty boxes. Won by the Pioneers. Webster over the Red Hawk line right wing. Dances his way to the far circle. Dishes back to Missouri, top of the far circle. Will take it back to the blue line. Fired a wrist shot through traffic in the slot. Deflected off a body and back toward the center ice area. Sinnard grabs it there for Miami. Feathers it forward and behind the Pioneer net. Over in the far corner with it is Shea Bwyam for Denver. Feeds the right wing for Wright and over the Red Hawk line. Dishes back for Stapley near circle. Stapley back to Wright, top of the near circle. He got stripped by Barbolini there from behind. Puck deflected to the near corner. Devine playing it back in front of the Red Hawk net. Taken over again by Barbolini. Chips it forward through center. Barbolini with speed up the left wing into the offensive zone near corner. Fed it in front. Red Savage tried a backhand shot off balance there. Never even got to the net. It was blocked by Stapley. Pioneers send it out back to center ice. Here's Savoy over the Red Hawk line right wing. To the far circle, Stapley. Ice slot barrel. Open look. Trying to dance his way through Olmstead's legs. Got too fancy there. Lost the puck. RedHawks clear to center on the far wing. It's Lee to the near wing for Irwin. We'll play it over the Red Hawk line right wing and behind the Miami net on the ice. Ryquist picks it up for the RedHawks to the far wing out of his own zone. Cuts through center ice. Ryquist over the Pioneer line right wing to the far corner of the offensive end. Hits the brakes there. Walks his way up toward the near half, or the far half wall rather. Through the far circle. A pass went deflected away here, and it's picked up by Reed Irwin of Denver. Got it out back to center ice for Rizzo, who will calm it down to the center circle. Rizzo had it stolen away. Right wing though by Monty Graham, who dumps it in from the center ice red line right wing. In behind the net. Corona with it in the Denver zone. Lifted out back to center ice by the Pioneers, all the way down the ice in on Pearson's net. Then a wave off the icing. Capstick first to it for Miami. Plays it near wing. Here's Pletsky with it through the neutral zone. Right wing feed to Ryan Savage over the Pioneer line. Dishes back for Clement near circle with a shot. Daskis, a one-time shot there that went wide left to the net. He missed the net by about 2 feet, and it was a beautiful one-time chance. Pioneers with a puck, far circle, the offensive zone. Capone turned it over. Goes back to Thomas Daskis of Miami, who circles back in his own end. Feeds it right wing here for Clement through the center circle to the near wing for Pletsky. Around the boards to the far corner. Mayhew picks it up for the Pioneers. Lifts it out back to center. This will go to a 2-on-1 for Denver. Here's Savoy far half wall. Walks it in front. Gutman was a little bit behind the pass there and they never connected. He was waiting for it right in front of Pearson's net in the offensive zone for the Pioneers. Puck is back near circle. Brink trying to play it up the far wing boards. Regis blocked down that attempt to do so. Miami with a puck, offensive zone near half wall. Barry swoops in to pick it up. Feeds it right point. Shot by Donato right into the Brett basket of Magness. Corona makes the stop of the snapper from the blue line there by Nick Donato. And we get a whistle here for immediate timeout with 4:15 to go in the second period. Denver 3, Miami 1. Back to Magness in a moment. This is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. 4:15 to go in the second period for Magness Arena. We're on the campus of Denver University here in Denver, Colorado. 3-1 Pioneers lead it. Late in the second, best of three series, this NCHC Quarterfinal game 1 taking place tonight. The 8 seed Miami, the 1 seed Denver. Pioneers win the draw in their own zone, work it over the right side of the blue line, the Red Hawk line. Missouri will play this one in behind the Miami net, around the boards to right. Cameron Wright takes it to the near corner. Webster takes over there. Feeds it up high here for Byam, center blue line. Byam in the far half wall, spins away at the left point. Will drive his way here toward the near circle. Byam in the near corner, shoved up against the boards by Barbolini. Good job by Barbolini tonight. He's been really physical, both in the offensive and defensive zones. Got to give him credit for that. He hasn't been the most physical player all year, but using his body tonight, and he starts this 3-against-3 battle in the near corner of the Miami zone. There's Webster digging at it for Denver. He will get it free to the near circle. RedHawks pick it up, try to start a rush the other way. Red Savage over the Pioneer line, left wing. Near circle, trying to feed it over. Could not, though. Benning, a great job defending Savage, preventing him from getting a pass across by really locking up his stick with his stick. And behind the net, Benning with it here in the Denver zone. Takes it near corner, banks it off glass all the way down the ice. And this will be an icy call here on the Pioneers. Reichwest chased it down, beat it out for Miami. The draw coming in the RedHawks offensive zone with 3:03 remaining in the second. In a 3-1 game led by Denver. Gerard Corona's left here coming up. That will feature Thomas Daskus of Miami against the Pioneers' McCade Webster. Far corner, Brink picks up the face-off win for the Pioneers. Banks it off the boards up the far wing. RedHawks grab it there, work it to the far corner. Battle ensues. Thomas Daskus now behind the net with it for Miami. He's locked up there with Webster. And a whistle here for a hand pass. And a late hit by RedHawk after the whistle. Got all kinds of shoving going on. A player is down on all fours in the near corner for Denver, their own zone. A little bit of shenanigans here. Words being exchanged and some talk in the near circle, the Pioneer end. The player gets up and is bent over, really shaken up. It's number 20 in white for Denver, Mike Benning, who was the hit victim, I believe, there of Pletsky. And Pletsky's going to the box. So you had all this stuff going on in the near circle. It was a play in the near corner, a little battle there. And then after the whistle, you had a late shove by a RedHawk player on Mike Benning of Denver in the near corner. They're going to review the play here for a potential major penalty. So you had a shot go wide, or I'm sorry, it was a board battle behind the net, behind the Pioneer net. Puck kind of squirted up along the near corner. I forget why they blew the whistle. I forget why they blew the play dead. It was either a hand pass or a high stick, something like that. And then you had, after the whistle, a shove of Mike Benning of the Pioneers by Chase Pletsky of Miami, the near corner. Benning was shaken up It was kind of against the boards, maybe from behind a little bit. Nonetheless, a hit that Pletzky should not have made, or an act he should not have committed physically against a Pioneer player after the whistle in near corner against the board. So Benning went down, he skated back to the bench, slow to get up. Looks like he's fine. Looking over at their bench right now, the Pioneer bench. But they took Pletzky to the box. Understandably, some pushing and shoving after the play there, with kind of a big hit going on after the whistle. So you had words exchanged between each team. They got Pletzky in the box. He's the only one sitting in the box right now, and currently a review is underway to see if Chase Pletzky will serve 2 minutes or 5 minutes or not be able to play in this game again tonight. Headsets are off here. Mike Sheehan, our referee, took a look at the play on the monitor in the penalty box, so he'll put his helmet back on here and give us our announcement. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a major, I'll say that. They give it 2 minutes for charging, so it's a minor penalty to Pletzky. In the regular season, that might be a 5-minute major, but in the playoffs, obviously things a little bit different. So they'll keep Pletzky with a minor penalty for charging there. Again, kind of after the whistle on Benning. Not a hit you should make, so Pletzky escapes with 2 minutes. A Denver power play that is 1 for 4 tonight. 2:47 to go in the second. Pioneers with a 2-minute man advantage. They win the draw in the offensive zone in the near circle of the RedHawks end. Work it out back to center as Miami won the draw to the near corner. Corbett worked it out back to center. Pioneers tried to re-enter. It was a delayed offside, so Corbett back with it in his own end. Will fire it all the way down the ice, in on Corona's net. Magness Corona makes the stop with 2:31 to go in the second. Good job by Corbett up high in his own zone there for Miami. Fed it all the way down the ice. I think it was an intentional clear, but it went in on net. Corona had to make the stop there, and so Miami gets an offensive zone draw to Corona's right with 1:44 to go in the power play. 2:31 to go in the second. Denver again on the man advantage here. Near corner, Pioneers win the draw in their own zone. Bobby Brink skates it up the right wing through center. Feeds left wing Savoy over the Red Hawk line. Far side now Missouri. Cuts his way middle. Back down below the goal line. Savoy from behind the net. Here circle Savoy. Spins around. Shoots it. Dasky there with a block in front with his shin guards. Near corner Missouri. Spins it around the boards to the far half wall. On it here is Bobby Brink. Far circle. Near circle. Savoy with a shot. Pearson got a piece of that with his right shoulder. And it deflects to the near corner. Pioneers far circle. Open look here. Walking in with Brink, who tried to feed it to the line. A little bit too fancy there. Went off Barron's stick. And back out to center ice. Barron's feeds it right wing. Here's Missouri over the Red Hawk line. Get copped up there in the middle of the ice. Red Savage stolen away. He'll make some free room and get it all the way down into the Pioneer zone. Nice clear there by Savage. It was Red with 50 to go in the power play for the Pioneers. 1:34 to go in the second. Barons tosses back, Stapley with it over the Red Hawk line right wing. Now Devine walks his way down low, played it in front. Pearson a great save in the far post. Good chance there by Stapley. Stapley walks in middle. Clement takes it away from him. Almost cleared to center. He did. It popped out of the zone. Mike Benning was there center blue line. The Clement clear went right to him. And it barely popped out of the blue line with Benning trying to save it with his stick on the ice. They call the offside, and so the draw will come back out to the neutral zone on the Redhawks right wing closest to their blue line here with 1:18 to go in the second. Red Savage in it against Brett Stapley. Savage wins it back in the Miami zone. Barbolini plays it up the far wing. And the Pioneers with it here in their own end with a puck is Shane Byam. We'll feed it back here in his own zone for Devine with 18 to go in the power play for Denver. Devine over the Red Hawk line left wing. Tosses toward the middle. With it, here's Cameron Wright, top of the near circle, Byam. Skates through the face-off dot, dishes back to the high slot. On it here is Stapley, rink wide feed to the far circle. Shot came in, nice pad save by Pearson with the right leg there on Devine. Goes to the far corner, right here to pick it up. Drives to the net, near circle feeds Stapley. It hopped over his stick as the penalty expired and back out to the neutral zone where Byam picks it up here for Denver on a missed pass toward the blue line. Stapley with it here, trying to play it up through the near wing of center ice. Redhawks with it over the Pioneer line left wing. Red Savage had it stripped away off his stick. Pioneers with numbers back the other way. Devine near circle, driving it on Pearson, takes it behind the net. Lost the puck to the far corner with 18 seconds to go in the second. It's in behind the Miami net. Sinnard plays the near wing. Grisock back out to center. Stolen away from him. Barrow over the Red Hawk line right wing. We got a whistle here for an offside of the Pioneers as Barrow took it over the blue line, and he already had a player in the zone at Carter King. on the left wing, and so the whistle there for the offside call with 11.3 to go in the second. Neutralized face-off coming up on the Miami left wing, closest to their blue line. 3-1 Denver. RedHawks win it back in their own zone. Donato, right wing feed for Crowder up through center ice. Grabbed here by Rigas, chips over the Pioneer line, right wing and behind the Denver net. We get a whistle here. Well, that's going to be the end of the clock. I thought they were going to call an offside. They almost did. The RedHawks had a delayed offside there. They had all 5 players in the zone, and they just decided to let the clock kind of run out. I figured they're going to blow the whistle at any moment with all 5 Miami RedHawks in the zone there and the delayed offside on Miami, but they let them play on to end the final few seconds of the second period, and Denver with a lead at 3-1 over Miami here after 40 minutes for Magness Arena. So it was a quiet last half of that second period, but the first half had plenty of fireworks as we were tied at 1, of course, after 20. The Pioneers, though, scoring 2 unanswered here to start out our second period of play to take the 3-1 lead in this game. The scoring got started 2:05 into the second period when Jack Devine scored an even strength goal assisted by Cameron Wright and McCain Webster for Jack Devine. Number 4 in white tonight for Denver. That is his 3rd goal of the year, his 18th point. That was the goal that put Denver up 2-1. Again, 2:05 into the second period, and then the Pioneers scored 31 seconds later, 2:36 into the period. McCain Webster at even strength had the goal for Denver. The assist to Justin Lee and Carter Mazur. That put the Pioneers up 3-1 in this game, and no more goals are scored by either team after that Denver goal that put them up by 2:36 into the second period. So a 2-goal advantage for the Pioneers here after 40 minutes from Colorado. In terms of your stats, after 40 minutes of play, we'll take a look at those. Your shots on goal are led by the Pioneers, 24-15 after 40 minutes of play. Total shots, so these are the shots that either go on net or miss the net. Pioneers led that count 43-27. And then your power play count tonight, Denver 1 for 4 on the power play. Miami is 1 for 5 on the man advantage this evening. Your face-offs, RedHawks closed this gap a little bit in that second period, which is good to see. 21-20, the Pioneers lead the face-offs battle right now over Miami in the circle. And then your block shots, Miami with 8 block shots to the Pioneers 3 after 40 minutes. Penalty minutes led by Denver in our second intermission by a 10-8 margin. The Pioneers out-penalizing Miami? Yeah, out-penalizing Miami there by a 10-8 margin, I guess, after 40 minutes of play here from Denver. But you get the point. Pioneers have 10 penalty minutes, Miami has 8, and you know what? That's a lot of penalty minutes for a hockey game, 40 minutes in. The referees have been on it tonight. They've been calling everything, but the good thing is that they've been consistent. So if it happens to one team, it happens to the other. They call it. Don Adam, the NCHC Director of Officiating, is in the house tonight, so that might have something to do with it, but these referees doing a really good job this weekend so far to control the game, and obviously they're calling stuff, making sure that players know what the expectations are, and so far we see a lot of penalty minutes, a lot of power plays, but things are consistent, and that is all that the two teams care about in terms of the officiating on the ice, especially here in the playoffs. So, that is where we stand here after 40 minutes of play in our game tonight. Let's take a look at the scoreboard across the NCHC this evening. Mentioned in the first intermission, we already had a final that came from Kalamazoo tonight. Western Michigan beating Omaha 4-2 from Lawson this evening. So the Broncos take a 1-0 lead in their best-of-3 series this weekend. North Dakota, the winners over Colorado College tonight in a low-scoring affair from the Ralph. 2-1 was your final score from Grand Forks tonight. So the Fighting Hawks of North Dakota, the number 2 seed in the tournament, they take a 1-0 lead in their series over Colorado College to advance to the Frozen Face-Off next weekend from St. Paul. And our game tonight, of course, Denver 3, Miami 1. This is the only NCHC game remaining as active. The other two have gone final, of course, across the league tonight. And so we'll finish the third period of this game here in about 10 or 11 minutes or so from Denver, Colorado. Again, 3-1 lead for the Pioneers over the RedHawks. Third period coming your way in moments. 10 or 11 minutes, so go grab something, take a quick break, come back for the third in a 3-1 game, led by the Pioneers over Miami here at the end of 2 from Magness Arena. Back in a moment. This is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Teams back out on the ice for the third period here from Magness Arena in Denver, Colorado. Game one of our NCHC Quarterfinal series here tonight between the Miami RedHawks, the Denver Pioneers. 3-1, the Pioneers lead it as we begin the final frame of Game 1 here on this Friday night. Patrick Geshan back with you inside Magness Arena here on the campus of Denver University. 2 quick goals there for the Pioneers, got the scoring going in the second period. Kind of a quiet rest of the frame. So the question is, how does the third period start? We'll find out here pretty shortly. Redhawks will move left to right across your radio, and Miami will need to find some goals here if they want to stay alive in this game. Pretty quickly too in the third period, as they're down 3-1 as we start the third and final frame of our game here tonight. Pioneers win the draw, working into the Redhawks zone up high. On the near wing is Hampus Rydquist with the puck, works it into the Pioneer end. Mike Benning with it in the near circle. Pioneers work it out through center ice. In the near wing with a puck for Denver. Bobby Brink copped it up to near circle, Miami zone. Redhawks work it out through center. A feed by Dasky up the right wing for Barry. Missed him. A little bit too far in front of Barry, so it'll go for an icing here on the Redhawks with 19:35 to go in the third period. So we are 25 seconds into the frame. Draw coming to Pearson's right. So mention your out-of-town scoreboard of the NCHC tonight. The other games have all gone final. Western Michigan 4-2 over Omaha. North Dakota 2-1 over CC. 5-2. Duluth beat St. Cloud tonight at the Brooks Center in St. Cloud. So this is the only other game going on right now in the league. Everything else is finished. Drive high slot. Pioneers in the offensive zone. Came off the stick of Cameron Wright. Deflected near corner. Picked up here by Behrens. Over to the far circle in the offensive zone. Sean Behrens shoots it. Pierce to the right pad save. Kicks off that. Right to the stick of Chase Kurisak, who gets it out to center ice at least to some safety. And the Redhawks control here back in their own end. Rydquist feeds it up the right wing to Matt Barry. Puts it in behind the Pioneer net. Behrens with it here in the far corner for Denver. Wraps it up the far boards. Taken away by Capstick, left point. Capstick drives his way to the far half wall. Rims it around the boards to the near corner. Right is on it here for Denver. Copped it up there for Sean Behrens. Up the near wing for Red Savage here in the near circle. Savage with it back to the right point. Clement shoots it. Pad save made there by Corona. The puck deflected back behind his net. Picked up by his teammate. Lifted out off the glass. Back down the ice by Kyle Mayhew. This will go for an icing on the Pioneers with 1.5 minutes gone by in the third. Of course, we were at Western Michigan last weekend, and the game moves at Lawson Ice Arena very quickly. Extremely quickly. Now, this sheet is regulation size, but it just seems like the game tonight has just gone really slow for whatever reason. The pace of both teams. Game just going kind of slow, kind of through the motions tonight. You've had goals that were scored mostly on fluky kind of deflection plays. It's just kind of weird how slow it is. Graham takes it over the Pioneer line here in the left wing. Feeds it over to Corbett. Far circle shot. Corona barely got his glove on that. Deflected near corner. Redhawks work here below the goal line. Try to keep this play alive in the offensive zone. Lonnie Graham gets it to the far corner. To the left point for Bray Crowder. Slides it over for Corbett. Shoots it to the near corner. Hits Donato there, who fired it at a bad angle near side. Corona with the seam with his right shoulder, goes behind the Pioneer net, worked up to center ice. Barrow room to skate up the right wing behind the defense. Barrow driving it toward the net, trying to center it out in front to nobody. Went off a Redhawks skate, I believe, deflected far circle, Miami zone. Denver in a change, so Miami works it up the ice. Donato feeds Barbolini over the Pioneer line, right wing, takes it behind the Denver net. Barbolini with it far corner, feeds it to the right point. Rydquist shoots it high over the net on the right side. Point blank wrister there for Hampus from the right corner. Far side with it, Red Savage loses a board battle in that far corner with Mike Benning. Plays it up left wing. Here's Webster over the Red Hawk line, left wing to Benning. Far circle, a rip over the net. Will deflect off the end boards all the way back towards center ice. Bwyam with it. Plays it up the near wing for McCain Webster. On it here is King. Now it's Capone. Plays it in front of his own net for the Pioneers to the near corner. Shane Bwyam was on it there. Webster will try to take this from the near side. Deflected away. Fletcher on it at the right point. Tosses down near half wall. Pletzky on it here. Let it go past him. Here's King with it. Over the Red Hawk line on the left wing. King for Denver had it copped up. Great steal away there by Rydquist. Stole it away from him. Rydquist feeds center circle off the skate there of PJ Fletcher. Pioneers work it back in their own zone. Dump it over the Red Hawk line left wing. It was Capone who did that. In behind the Miami net. And the Red Hawks here will skate it out from the far side of their own zone. Rydquist a bank pass. Center ice area deflected away from him. Now Savoy with it for Denver. over the Red Hawk line left wing. Drives his way to the corner. Red Hawks get control. Daskis rims it around the boards to the far side. Pioneers get a right point, and with it there was Gutman, who played it back to the near half wall, and Splutsky now with it for Miami. Right wing feed Clement over the Pioneer line right side for Ryan Savage. Try to feather it through a couple of players and a centering feed over to Daskis. That did not work, so it's Mayhew over the Red Hawk line right wing now with it for Denver. Tosses far circle for Gutman. Fired a shot right to the shin pads there of Greasock and deflected out towards center ice. Justin Lee for Denver. With a pass to Savoy and over the Red Hawk line left wing. Clement locks Savoy up against the boards. Capstick on it here for Miami. Banks it off glass to center ice. Lee gloves it down. Back in his own zone with it is Irwin for Denver. Takes it behind the net here for the Pioneers. 15.5 to go in the third. 3-1 Denver in game one of this quarterfinal series. Lead to the center ice red line left wing. Rims it around the boards to the far half wall. Capstick on it here for Miami. Copped it up. So Bray Corrado will play this one forward right in the far corner for Denver. Able to get the puck to Rizzo. Locked up against the far half wall in the Miami zone there by Alec Capstick. Now it's taken away by Missouri of Denver with a shot. Rebound. Pearson made a save on a Rizzo shot too that came after. Both of those with a left pad, and the Redhawks will ice this one all the way down the ice. After a feed from their own zone, Capstick trying to hit Barry up the left wing on a low probability pass there. Cannot get it at the Pioneer line, and the draw coming to the left of Pearson here with 14:52 to go in the third. Crowd is mostly stuck around here from Magness Arena tonight. Again, like I mentioned earlier, about 2/3 full. This place seats a good 8,000, probably 9,000 people. You got probably 5.5, 6,000 people in attendance tonight. Draws one back to the right point. A drive came by Cole Gutman. Wide left of Pearson's net. Pioneers pick it up off the unboards back in their own zone. Here's Byam with it. Skates it through the center circle and over the Red Hawk line right wing. Feed over there for Stapley in front. Try to center it over for Byam, but a few feet in front of him right near Pearson. At the net front area for Miami. Kicks out back to center ice. Bending on it here for the Pioneers. Chips in near wing for Barrow. Plays it over the Red Hawk line left wing around the boards. Pearson stops it behind his net. To the near corner here for Bray Crowder. Plays it up for Red Savage. Back for Crowder, middle of the ice. Getting it here is PJ Fletcher. Left wing feed for Sinar. Gets to the center ice. Red line left wing. Dumps it into the far corner of the Pioneer net. Behind his cage is Barons. Picks it up over to the far half wall. PJ Fletcher on it here. Tosses to the far circle. Off the skate there of Barbolini. Pioneers work it out back to center. And there offside is a feed by Stapley, middle of the ice. Trying to get it over on the right wing to Bobby Brink, but the puck popped behind him. He went into the zone and touched it. So the offside call will give us a immediate timeout with 13:54 to go in the third. Denver 3, Miami 1. Back to Magness in a moment. This is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. $13:54 to go, third period, 3-1 Denver over Miami. A center ice face-off out of our timeout. Will feature Miami's Monty Graham and Denver's Cole Gutman. So one cleanly back by Gutman to his own zone, back in the Pioneer end with it is Kyle Mayhew. Feeds it right wing over to Bobby Brink. He kind of copped it up there in front of his own bench. Redhawks able to send it forward off the stick of Daskey to the far corner Denver zone. Sean Barrett's lost in his own end. Monty Graham came in with a stick check there from behind, so it's Corbett near corner who spins it around the boards to the far half wall there for Savoy. Buck in the far corner, Miami offensive zone. Daskey on it here, spins around off Mayhew. Backhand play, left point, Olmstead, a drive there, wide right of the net, kicked off the end boards back to center. Brink will play it forward. Here's Rydquist, gives it up for the Redhawks. Olmstead over the Pioneer line right wing, dishes back for Daskey here in the near circle. Gets it up right point. Reichwitz shoots it in. Loose in front. Olmstead had a look at it there. And Corona was right there with the right pad to stop it. Pioneers, out of abundance of caution, will ice the puck down the right wing to give us a stoppage with 13:01 to go in the third. And a great shot there from the right point that came in. Olmstead got a piece of that as it went into Corona in the Pioneer net. Popped off Corona's right pad. Olmstead had a nice chance at a rebound, but Corona stood him right up with the right leg a second time, and the Pioneers iced it. So the draw to Corona's left, one to the near corner by Denver. Mayhew lifts it all the way out back to center. Savoy is tripped up by Capstick coming back in the Miami zone. That's a penalty on Capstick. 12:51 to go in the third. It's Savoy coming down the left wing, and his offensive zone for Denver. Capstick and Savoy were both poking for a puck with their sticks. Moving down that left wing in the near circle of Miami zone. And I guess Savoy accidentally tripped over Capstick's stick while Alec was trying to go for the puck there for Miami, so they called a penalty. 12:51 again to go in the third. It's going to be a power play for Denver for 2 minutes. Pioneers lead 3-1. The draw to the left of Pearson here. A power play for Denver tonight that's 1 for 4. Basically, both players were just going after the puck with their stick, and it ended up being Savoy that tripped over Capstick's stick while he was going for the puck. So I don't know how much I agree with that call, but it is a call that was made, and so the RedHawks have to kill off a power play here. They work it out to center ice after the draw has started out. Benning with it for the Pioneers. Dumps it in over the RedHawk line here in the left wing around the boards to the far half wall. Grabbed by Byam. Lays it down to the far circle. On it here is Cameron Wright for Denver. Up high to Benning. Near circle now, giving goal. Rizzo, they score! A shot by Stapley in the slot. Beautiful wrister, top left corner. Over Pearson's blocker side. And the power play goal puts Denver up 4-1 with 12:23 to go in the third. Beautiful shot by Brett Stapley, the senior from Campbell River, BC. Get a feed there in the high slot left wing and just ripped a wrister over Pearson. It's kind of a give and go too with Rizzo, who was in the near face-off dot. And the return feed went to the right-handed Stapley, left side of the slot like I mentioned. And the laser wrister, Pearson, I guess, just had some trouble tracking that. It went by over his right shoulder, above the right shoulder, just under the crossbar, left part of the net. So Denver extends the lead to 3 goals with 12:23 to go here in the third. The power play tally, it's 2 for 5 now. The Pioneers are on the power play tonight, the third best power play they have in the nation, the Pioneers do. Center ice face-off won by Denver, working into the offensive zone. Capone right wing in the slot. King with a shot. He got hooked from behind, so that'll be a penalty here on the RedHawks as the shot went over the net. They're actually going to call a slash here. King got a feed, a point-blank look between the hash marks right in front of the Miami net. And Regas gave him a slash from behind. It was the only thing Michael Regas could do there to prevent a goal. And with 12:06 to go in the third, right back to the kill, go the RedHawks down 4-1 to Denver. So again, you had King coming down the high slot area there toward the Miami net, down that lane between the hash marks, got a feed between the hash marks. Point blank look at a shot that ended up going over the net, but Regas the slash from behind there on King, who escaped through the Miami defense. And they call that penalty. That's a good call there. Pioneers win the 6th try on the power play tonight. Comes with 12 to go here in the third. Right point with it is Byam for Denver. Off the end boards, and he deflected that right to Monty Graham, who clears out to center ice. For the RedHawks, Corbett trying to chase after it over the Pioneer line here on the left wing. Gets it toward the near corner of the Pioneer zone. Denver controlling here, back out to center. Goes off right stick though, and it's played back forward by Hampus Reichwitz into the Denver zone. Stapley takes it over the RedHawk line, left wing with a spin around in the slot on Dasky. He fell over though, kind of slipped up, trying to be way too fancy there. Full 360 for Stapley in the high slot, going one-on-one against Dasky coming down the right wing. And he fell over, so the RedHawks cleared the puck down the ice. 1:10 to go in the Denver power play. Pioneers here on their own zone. Benning will dish back. With the puck is Cole Gutman over the RedHawk line left wing. To the near corner, works it up to the near half wall for Missouri. Locked up against the boards by Clement. Gutman, far circle of Savoy, one-timer left wide open. And that one went wide right of the net. Picked up below the goal line by Sinard, who clears it all the way down the ice. All 4 RedHawks in that one-time shot were in the near circle. So you had the far circle, the far side of the ice wide open for Savoy to camp out, wait for a one-time feed. Savoy with over the RedHawk line left wing with 35 to go in the Denver power play. Puck goes to the near corner. Missouri's on it here. Center blue line for Barons. Top of the far circle, Gutman. Back for Barons, right point. Left point now is Savoy. Walks it down top of the near circle. Barons top of the far circle. Walking in there is Brink. Will take it back for the far circle. Barons top of the near circle. Savoy rips it wide right of the net. Deflects off the end boards all the way back down the ice. Into the Denver zone. Barons with the puck with 5 to go on the Regis slashing minor. Barons over the RedHawk line here on the right wing. As the breaks far half wall, gets it to the far circle. Missouri's on it here for Denver. Let it go in the near corner. Reichwitz chips it off the glass. All the way down the ice. So we're back to 5-on-5. Just past the halfway point of our third period. 9:53 to go in the third. It is 4-1 Denver here in game 1 of this quarterfinal in the NCHC. Puck in behind the Pioneer net. Lee is with it. Gave it up for Matt Berry near corner. Very good turnover, but Webster shoved him off the puck there below the Denver goal line. Here's Lee with it. Feeds it right wing over the RedHawk line right side. Playing offside there against the Pioneers. They tag up though. It was Barrow who took it to the far corner of the Miami zone. Bray Corrado is on it here for the RedHawks. Plays this one back to the near side of the Miami zone. Barry, Rick wide feed to the left wing for Griesach. And over the Pioneer line, he locks up there with Irwin. King is on it now for Denver. Lifts it out back towards center ice. PJ Fletcher back to chase it here for Miami in his own zone. Feeds Barry right wing through center over the Pioneer line. This is near side for Donato, who shot it near half wall in on net. Nice blocker save made by Corona. Deflected over to the far side of the ice. Still with the puck is Miami here in the offensive zone. Fletcher works it far half wall to the far side. Here's Barry with it. Again at the half wall, feeds the line. Capstick scores! Alec Capstick over the top left corner of the net and into the cage. Over the right shoulder there of Magness Corona. Alec Capstick, not a bad play to throw it at the net. And all of a sudden, it's back to a 2-goal game with 8:48 to go in the third. 4-2 Denver. Capstick grabs his second of the year. So you had just a simple pass to the line from the far half wall up to Alec Capstick, center blue line, who just shot it basically at the net from the blue line. It went over the left shoulder of Corona, over his blocker side, into the top left corner of the net, just below the crossbar, and 4-2 game. Never a bad play to throw at the net, especially in a playoff game. When you're down 4-1 on the road, just toss it there, see what happens, and Capstick gets the goal. RedHawks ice the puck after the center ice draw. They worked it back at the left wing, could not hit a pass to Barbolini that came from Dasky from behind the red line. So with 8:43 to go in the third, Chirac coming to Pearson's left here in a 4-2 game led by Denver. The shots, 32-20 Pioneers. Brett Savage and Brett Stapler in this draw. One to the far corner here by Hampus Reichwitz, and behind the net, give and go with Derek Dasky. Reichwitz races back out towards center ice with a puck. Your side is Barrow with it to Stapley left wing. Far circle Denver in the offensive zone. Coughed up though off the stick there of Devine. Here comes the RedHawks through center. Over the Pioneer line right wing. Pletzky chips it forward. In behind the Denver net. Over the far half wall. Far corner now. Dasky shoots it across the crease. Went to the near half wall. Picked up here by Stapley, who skates it forward. Chips over the RedHawk line left wing. Into the slot. Barbolini is there to pick it up for Miami. He'll fire it all the way down the ice. It'll be an icing waved off here, trying to hit Dasky with a pass through the center circle. Brink picks it up for Denver out of his own zone up the right wing. Stopped there by Monty Graham near the Denver bench. A little fight for it here. 2-on-2 battle just inside the RedHawk offensive zone on the left wing. Squirts back out to the middle of the ice. Barons plays it for Gutman. Here's Savoy with the RedHawk line on the left wing. Tosses to the far corner. Corbin and Brink lock up there. Now it's Gutman feeding up to the right point for Mayhew. Mayhew center blue line for Savoy. Picked it out of his skates. It's at far corner here for Brink. Brink behind the RedHawk net. Locked up there with Jack Clement. To the near corner. Picked up here by Savoy. Now center blue line with it is Mayhew. Mayhew is Clement in a corner battle. I think down low there in the corner with Bobby Brink. They're basically having a wrestling match and nothing going on in terms of calls. Clement and Brink still battling now with a puck in the near corner in a 2-on-2 battle. You get Corbin and Gutman in there too. Clement tackles from behind Bobby Brink, and there's a penalty. What is going on? They might take them both, and I think they are. Or are they just taking Clement? No, I think they're just taking Clement. As Brink and Olmsted exchanging a shouting match with each other going back to the benches, and Clement is going to go here to the box for Miami. So that's just the frustration of this weekend and this night tonight, I guess, blowing over. You had a little corner battle in the near corner coming out of the RedHawks zone. Clement and Brink were just going at it. They were in a corner battle near side. We're in the media timeout, by the way. We'll keep it right here. And Clement and Brink were, shoving each other, having a pretty standard board battle in the near corner. And then all of a sudden, the puck escaped that, and they kept shoving each other and pushing each other and taking each other to the ice. And the referees kept letting it go, and then the puck went back to that near corner where the battle kept going. And then Clement tackled Brink from behind against the boards. Kind of a dangerous play from behind, and they call a penalty on that. So Jack Clement gets a 2-minute minor for holding. All this comes with 6:58 to go in the third. They are singing a little karaoke session here during the media timeout inside Magness Arena. Take Me Home Country Roads is the song. Entire student section bellowing at the top of their lungs. Grabbing each other, swinging side by side. So a game tonight that Miami had moments in that are positive that you could take away, but just some of these little things in the defensive zone have killed the RedHawks tonight. Of course, Denver just a really good puck-moving team. Miami's defensive zone coverage did not really combat that too well tonight, but still a lot of time left in this game. Power play for the Pioneers out of our timeout. They're up 4-2 on Miami. RedHawks grab the puck here after the face-off, working near wing. It's Barbolini over the Pioneer line on the right wing through the near circle. Rizzo wanted here behind the cage for Denver. Gets it up on the far side for Byam. Over the RedHawk line, right wing comes Shane Byam. Near the far corner, Byam tosses to the near corner now with it. Cameron Wright back to the left point, Behrens. Right point with it now is Rizzo, walking down the far half wall for Denver. Rizzo hits the brakes, far corner. Back up right point for Byam. Behrens down the near circle. Byam center blue line, far side Rizzo, one-timer. Nice blocker save made by Pearson. The rebound picked up by Datsky, who will clear all the way down the ice for the RedHawks into the near corner of the Pioneer zone. Nearing in on 6 minutes to go in the third. 1:02 left in this Pioneer power play. The holding minor to Jack Clement. Savoy over the RedHawk line, right wing, dancing through all four RedHawk defenders back. Can never get a shot off though. Pearson locked him up with a pad. Goes to the far half wall where it's played out off the glass, back down the ice by Sinard. On the clear there for the RedHawks. Pioneers win the puck. Center ice, Savoy feeds it right wing for Brink over the RedHawk line. Over toward the far half wall. Gutman tossed it back to the near corner. Gutman now with it behind the RedHawk net. Back to the near corner. Missouri in front, set up a one-timer, and Mayhew shut down there by Pearson. Beg your pardon, that was actually Brink, who got the feed in front, tried to deflect it over Pearson's left pad from right in front of the cage near the blue paint. Ludwig, though, stood him up on a beautiful feed from the near corner that came in front of the net there to number 24 in white, Bobby Brink, who, by the way, is the leading scorer in the nation, scoring 53 points this season, 14 goals, 39 assists. Just nuts numbers from Brink this year, who rips a shot wide right for the top of the near circle. With 18 to go in this power play for Denver. Benning with it up high here at right point, fires a shot in, kind of a bouncing puck through the high slot, went right of Pearson's net to the near corner. You know, a nasty hit there in the near corner by a Denver player. Now a melee breaks loose. An absolute melee. Donato in a fight with a Pioneer in the corner. You got three different fights going on. What in the world just happened? I think Red Savage got hit kind of from behind there in the near corner. He was down for a moment, they got right back up, and he had 3 separate fights going on, still shoving. Savoy just shoved Red Savage after it got calmed down, and he got more shoving going on that near corner to my left. Now Donato in an all-out fight with a Pioneer with the gloves off, as if it's a minor league game. Donato, and I think that's number 24, Brink. Of course, Brink was the one that started the fireworks with Clement earlier on, if you remember that. And the RedHawks have been going after Brink, I've noticed, in the minutes after the Clement penalty. Clement still in the box for another 5 seconds, but you got a lot more company going over the box following that skirmish. There's going to be 5 Denver Pioneers in the box. No, 4. Benning was just taking equipment over. So the referees are just going to talk about this in front of the penalty box. You got players now yelling at each other across the penalty box for both teams. So what basically happened was a corner battle in the near wing of the RedHawks zone. And somebody shoved over Red Savage from behind. It was a really nasty hit. And then after that, all of a sudden, you just had all hell break loose. You had Nick Donato basically in a minor league hockey type of fight there with Bobby Brink of Denver, who's been getting under the RedHawks skin, like I mentioned, these last few minutes of the game. And then you had that fight going on. I mean, gloves off and everything. Donato and Brink were just going at it. Gloves were off, throwing punches, all this stuff going on. And then you had, just after that, a bunch of one-on-one shoving matches happen, and then the referees finally calm it down. They put 4 Pioneers in the box. I'm looking over at the Miami bench right now. Andy Geshan, my dad, went over and talked to a security guard that was standing between both benches, Miami's bench and Denver's bench. And then you have Chris Bergeron going over and talking to this security guard. Drew Ruckelshaus is doing the same thing. I don't know what's going on down there, but maybe there's a fan causing a disturbance or something near the Miami bench, or maybe a medical. I don't know what's going on. But you got now a review going on here. The referees are watching this play over to see what major penalties might come out of this fight. So they're watching to see who punched who and who did this hit and who did that hit, and who took their gloves off and who fought who. And again, you got 4 Pioneers in the box right now. I can't read numbers, just too many people in front of me. But there are 4 Pioneers in the box. You got 3 RedHawks in the box. I can see them. They got Clement in the box. He was already serving a minor penalty for 5 more seconds, so he was in there already. And also in the box after that play was Red Savage and Nick Donato. Remember, Donato got in that fist fight with Brink, and then Red Savage started shoving Brink after he got hit pretty hard. I don't know who made the initial hit there on Red Savage. That started that whole sequence. And I'm looking down at the bench right now, and I just see a lot of people talking to security guards. I don't know what's going on down there, but we'll have to figure that out after the game. So again, Red Savage was hit by somebody. I don't know who it was. I don't have access to a replay up here. But it was Savage who went down, a nasty hit from behind in that near corner of the Miami zone, and then after that, just all kinds of fighting and shoving and pushing. I haven't seen a fight like that in a long time. In terms of, you know, 3 against 3 kind of melee that broke out. Punches and gloves coming off and everything. Of course, crowd loved it. So again, 4 Pioneers are in the box. You get 3 RedHawks in the box. 2 RedHawks in the box from that skirmish in the near corner. You got 4 Pioneers in the box from that skirmish in the near corner. And the Red referees are in the box right now watching the play over, watching everything that happened on video to see what major penalties are going to be assessed. All this comes with 5:03 to go in the third period. Denver 4, Miami 2. Denver was on a power play too during that play, just to remind you, because Jack Clement was in the box there for that holding minor when he tackled Brink from behind earlier in the game. He has 5 seconds left on his penalty. These shots are Denver 34, Miami 21. So they're trying their best here to keep the crowd into it. Most of the crowd's still around. I mean, it is a 2-goal game with 5 minutes to go. So it's not over yet by any means. Obviously, we'll see what team maybe gets a power play out of this little skirmish here in the near corner. Maybe Miami will, because they took more Denver players to the box. Maybe somebody's going to get kicked out on either side. I wouldn't be surprised if Nick Donato gets kicked out here for Miami based on the fist fight he got into with a Denver player down there, which I think was Brink. Obviously, they're going to look at that hit that started the whole thing on Red Savage, who did that, which I'd imagine that's a penalty too, because Red was down for a long time and the hit was from behind. Red's fine in the box. But now we'll get our announcement here from Sterling Egan. Try to listen. So they only give out minor penalties to everybody. Cole Gutman gets a 2-minute minor for boarding, so that tells me he was the one that hit Red Savage to start that whole thing. So we boarded Red Savage, they give him 2 for boarding, and then the rest of the penalties offset each other 2 minutes for roughing. So the only penalty that gets put up on the board is the Gutman boarding minor to Denver, which means that Miami goes on the power play here in 5 seconds. Will be 4-on-4 for 5 seconds. Then Clement's holding minor will expire, and then Miami will be on the power play for 1 minute and 55 seconds. Again, you got 5:03 to go in the third period. It's 4-2 Denver over Miami. So the RedHawks, a great chance here to make this a 1-goal game, put it within their reach. With a power play coming up, we'll get an offensive zone draw for the RedHawks here to the left of Corona. Out of our timeout. Meanwhile, David Carl getting an explanation right now from all the officials over at the Denver bench. So I think they got that sorted out. We got now Sterling Egan, one of the referees, talking to his partner Mike Sheehan, the other guy who's wearing the bands tonight. And you got all 4 officials joining this talk. What that's about, I don't know. David Carl had something to say, the Denver head coach. And now you get Sterling Egan going over to the Miami bench to talk to Chris Bergeron. Maybe if there's a Red Hawk that's not in the box that should be. That's the only thing I think of. Chris Bergeron is talking to both the referees now. And he's not happy based on what he's trying to convey, his body language. So Barbolini is asked to go from the Miami bench over to the penalty box. So maybe they told Barbolini to go to the penalty box and he initially never did. But it makes sense because you got 3 Pioneers in the box, they got roughing minors, and you only had 2 RedHawks. So in order for those to offset, you had to have a 3rd RedHawk in there, and so Barbolini must have been told to go into the box, and he never did, so they bring him over now. So, RedHawks with the offensive zone shot, left point by Griesbach, that's saved by Corona. We're back to play. RedHawk power play now for the next minute and 50 seconds. Denver is short-handed rush. Webster fires a shot wide right of the net. Goes to the far half wall here for Capone. Now Webster in the slot, rips a shot over the top right corner of the cage. In behind the net goes the puck. Capone with it, plays it back out to the neutral zone where Mayhew gets the pass for the Pioneers. Again, this is a power play for Miami and Denver all over it. Mayhew flips it into the RedHawk zone near corner. Stapley comes in to clean up the puck here against Daschke. 1:22 to go on the Miami power play. Barry with it here up the near wing, rink wide feed, past the outstretched Chase Pletzky here in the far corner. Gets to the near corner now, up to the right point. With it is Derek Daschke. Near half wall is Griesbach. Back to Daschke, right point. The backhand play in the near circle for Pletzky. Cross ice look. Trying to get a one-timer over to Barry, but it went between his legs. And the Pioneers pick up the loose puck in the far corner, clear it all the way down. 53 seconds to go in the power play. Puck here on the far side for Daschke at center ice. Dishes back for P.J. Fletcher. Rink wide right wing to Barry over the Pioneer line. Right side, Griesbach gets it down to the far corner. Bending on it here for the Pioneers. Up to the far half wall. Capone able to check this one out back to center. into the RedHawks zone. Picking it up here on a foot race is Barrow in the near corner for Denver. Short-handed, beat out down the ice. Greasock, he'll dish it back to his own net for Byam, who takes it behind the Pioneer net. Denver just doing a great job wasting time here on this power play. And it's Byam who will clear it all the way down the ice on the far wing into the Miami zone with 15 seconds to go. And it's RedHawk power play, 3:15 left in the third, 4-2 Denver lead. Puck sent over the Pioneer line here on the left wing as Graham got it forward. Intended there for Ryquist. Now far circle Olmstead trying to feed in front. Blocked down, intended for Savage there. Sent back to center. Power plays over. Gutman out of the box. So we're back to 5-on-5. Ryquist over the Pioneer line here on the left wing. Webster takes it. Feeds it right wing. Stapley over the RedHawk line. Shoots it far circle. Pearson with a blocker save, and he makes the cover in front of him with 2:47 to go in the third. All the players will escape from the penalty box to an applause from the Denver crowd, and they deserve it. Big kill there for the Pioneers. We get a media timeout with 2:47 to go in the third. RedHawks down by 2. Can they make a final push in game 1 of the series? We're back in a moment to Denver. This is Miami Hockey on RedHawk Radio. Four-2 game, Denver over Miami, 2:47 to go, third period. That should get you back to the inside Magness Arena tonight, game 1 of our NCHC Quarterfinal series. Best of 3, Pioneers the 1 seed, RedHawks the 8 seed. And Denver the 4-2 lead, trying to close out game 1 here at home tonight. Draw to the left of Pearson out of our timeout in the RedHawk zone. Shots are 36-22 Pioneers. Draws one by Denver, back to the right point. Mayhew sends it in behind the RedHawk net. PJ Fletcher on it here. Tosses to the near half wall. Greasock lifts it up back to center. Left wing Barbolini wins the race over the Pioneer line to the far half wall. Wins the puck to the far corner. Barbolini messed with there by Behrens. Pearson pulled off the net. 6-on-5. RedHawks with the empty cage. Fletcher near circle the shot. Over the net. Deflects out back to center ice. Off the end boards into the Miami zone. Derek Daskey back with it for Miami here in the far corner. 2:15 to go in the third. 4-2 lead for Denver. RedHawks the empty net. Played back out at center ice in the Miami zone. Daskey back with it in his own end for Miami. Means left wing here. Barry cross ice look in front of Fletcher into the near corner of the Pioneer zone. Barron's first to it. Gave it right to Greasock, who coughed it up near circle. Bobby Brink. Left wing feed. With it here is Gutman through center ice. Gutman over the RedHawk line left wing. Cuts to the middle. In the far circle, lost the puck to the half wall, shoots it in, saved by Daskey with his legs in front of the vacant Miami cage. RedHawks work it up the right wing to the near corner, 1:40 left here in the third. Barry's hit up high by Mayhew, grabbing his helmet, no call. And then the Red Savage come in and try to get a shot at Stapley as the puck deflects up at the Denver bench on the other side of the ice. RedHawk bench is living right now. Matt Barry grabbed his head right after that hit, and now you're going to get a review for it, I think. And they are going to review it. Mayhew hit Barry in the near corner. Nothing was called initially. But I think Mayhew maybe got his elbow up high on Barry, and Barry went right down to the ice, grabbing his head. And stayed there for a few moments until forced himself to get up. So they're going to review the hit here. Again, they called nothing initially, but they can review it to see if it's a major penalty. And then they can call something on Stapley of Denver, or I'm sorry, on, Stapley of Denver, who committed the hit. Or no, it was Mayhew, I beg your pardon. Number 27, Mayhew, not number 7, Stapley. So the headsets are off the call. Say no penalty on the play. So maybe Barry sold it. So again, that hit was in the near corner of the Miami offensive zone. It was Mayhew who came in and just made a standard hit on Barry, and I guess maybe got his elbow up high or something. Anyway, Barry was grabbing his helmet there when he came down, so they don't call anything after the review. Now you got maintenance people fixing the glass where that hit was in the near corner of the Denver zone. I don't know if the glass is broken. It should not be, because I don't see any shatter or anything. I think maybe the stanchions popped out or something there. So they're trying to fix that here real quick. This building does not just do hockey. They also host men's basketball in this building. They do the men's basketball games here, and they do gymnastics meets in here too. So the rink is not necessarily permanent like Steve Cady Arena is, where it just stays up all the time. The glass isn't as heavy and high tech. It's kind of more of a temporary type setup. I mean, it works. It's a rink, but it's not as permanent necessarily, if that makes any sense. The glass is more plasticky, not as thick, so things can pop out more easily. Back to play. Pearson is in his net for the RedHawks. Less than 90 seconds to go in the third. Pioneers in their own zone. Flip it out back to center. Right as Pearson goes to the bench for the extra man. So the RedHawks with a 6-on-5 advantage here, down 4-2 with 1:11 to go in the third. Reichquist out of his own end for Miami. Feeds it right wing for Ryan Savage. Fires it over the Pioneer line right side. Over to the far half wall. Red Savage there to pick it up. Trying to go to Pletzky in the far corner. Pops it from the Denver net. And this is cleared out of play up the near wing off the stick of Ryan Barrow of Denver from in front of his own cage. Tried to clear it off high glass along the near wing at center ice. Instead it went over the glass into the seats. Everybody down there is all right. And a draw to the left here of Magness Corona in the Denver zone. 58.5 to go in the third. RedHawks the empty net, down 4-2. Money Graham in the draw here for the RedHawks. Wins it back to the near corner. Banked off glass all the way down the ice. That's going in the net. And the Pioneers score to the empty cage to make it 5-2 from their own end with 53.2 to go in the third. And the shot came in from the near circle of the zone by Shane Byam. Just tried to simply clear it from the near circle. Got it off the glass, down the ice, and a lucky deflection right into the empty cage. 5-2 Denver with 53.2 seconds left here in the third. And the draw will be at center ice. Thomas Daskis and Massimo Rizzo. So Byam gets the goal. RedHawks working to the far corner of the Pioneer zone here with less than a minute to go in game one. Near corner, Rizzo coughs it up. Irwin to the far side. Up the right wing comes Lee through center ice. Dumps it in at the center ice red line, right wing and behind the net. Pearson there to stop it. Rims it around the boards to the right point. Lee on it here for Denver. Pops it down to the far corner. On the puck is Rizzo with 25 to go in the third. Left point with it here is Irwin for the Pioneers. Gets a near circle for Devine. Coughed it up. Capstick comes through to knock it free to center. Ryan Savage gets to the center ice red line left wing. Dumps it in near corner. Grabbing it here is Irwin. In the near circle for the Pioneers. Let it go out for Lee. Now Rizzo picks it up over the RedHawk line left wing with 3 seconds to go. Shoots it in on Pearson, who flips it to the near corner, and that will do it here tonight from Denver, Colorado. 5-2 your final. The Denver Pioneers take game one of this best-of-3 NCHC Quarterfinal series by a 5-2 margin over the Miami RedHawks here on this Friday night from Magness Arena. And Denver 1-1 away from a frozen face-off berth to St. Paul next weekend for the final 4 teams left in the NCHC tournament. The RedHawks 1 loss away from their season being over after falling tonight in game one, 5-2 to Denver. Good effort by the RedHawks tonight at certain points in the game. They made a really good job doing stuff in the offensive zone at times tonight. We're able to find ways to get pucks to the net. They did shoot pucks effectively, generated chances in the offensive zone. When it came to the defensive zone tonight, in my opinion, the RedHawks really just did not have it. We're not aware of how good puck movement can be from Denver at times. RedHawks kind of caught flat-footed a lot when the Pioneers moving the puck around really quickly. The battling for Miami tonight in the corners, around the boards, and the defensive zone was not their best friend this evening. Ludwig Pearson did play well. He saved 32 of 37 Denver shots tonight, but at the end of the night for Miami, just not enough against the third-ranked team in the nation tonight. 5-2 they fall to the Denver Pioneers here in Game 1. So your final numbers from this one this evening, again, the final shots, Denver 37, Miami 22. Pioneers went 2 for 7 on the power play tonight. That did help them out at times in this game. The RedHawks went 1 for 6 on the man advantage tonight. So that could be an area of improvement as well if you're talking about Miami. In terms of your face-offs, Denver had 35 face-off wins to Miami's 24. Block shots, Miami 10 block shots to the Pioneers 4. And then your penalty minutes, Miami out penalizing Denver 20-18 here tonight in this game. We had a lot of penalties in this game in all 3 periods. Referees were on it tonight. They called everything consistently, but at the end of the day, RedHawks had 20 penalty minutes in this game to Denver's 18. A lot of penalties in this game for both teams. And so the Pioneers win it over the RedHawks 5-2 tonight here from Magness Arena. As Game 2 tomorrow will be a big one, both for the Pioneers and the RedHawks. Denver can get back to the frozen face-off with a win tomorrow at St. Paul next weekend, try to compete for the NCHC tournament title. And for the RedHawks, pretty much all signs pointing toward their season being over with if they lose this series this weekend at Denver in the first round of the NCHC tournament, which means a loss tomorrow for Miami would most likely end the RedHawks season if they were to fall either tonight or in a potential game 3, or what I mean tomorrow night, or a potential game 3 on Sunday night here from Magness Arena in Denver. So again, 5-2 the score tonight for the Pioneers. Denver goals came tonight from Shea Byam, who got that empty netter in the third period, 19:07 into the third. Alec Capstick did score for Miami tonight. We made it a 4-2 game in favor of Denver, 11-11 into that third period. Just a simple shot from the blue line that got past Magnus Corona. The assist went to Matt Berry and PJ Fletcher on that goal. And then 7:37 into the third period, Denver scored on the power play. That was Brett Stapley who got it. The assist to Massimo Rizzo and Mike Benning that made it 4-1 Denver. And then, of course, earlier on in the game, when you look at the first period, it was a RedHawk team that scored first in this game. Chase Pletsky got the power play goal from Ryan Savage and Chase Kurisak. Miami again was on the board in this game 3 minutes and 19 seconds into it with that Pletsky goal to make it 1-0 Miami. It was tied at 1 by Denver. A little over 2 minutes away from that as Cole Gutman scored on the power play. The assist to Bobby Brink and Mike Benning, 7:25 into the first period. So more like 4 minutes past that. And then, again, that second period is when the game kind of went in Denver's direction, really, because the Pioneers opened up the second period with a pair of goals unanswered. They scored 2:05 into the second period when Jack Devine had the even strength goal, the assist to Cameron Wright and McCain Webster, and then they scored a little over 30 seconds later, 31 seconds later to be exact, 2:36 into the period when McCain Webster had an even strength tally, the assist to Justin Lee and Carter Mazur, and that's what made it 3-1 Denver. And then, of course, the summary we just talked about in the third period with Denver taking the 5-2 win in this one tonight, Game 1 of this NCHC quarterfinal here from Magness Arena in front of about 5,500 to 6,000 fans. So, Game 2 tomorrow, and again, the RedHawks need to win tomorrow to keep their season alive. The Pioneers need to win tomorrow to sweep the RedHawks and go back to the frozen face-off in St. Paul next weekend, the completion of the Final Four in the NCHC tournament. For the RedHawks, a win tomorrow would force a Game 3 in this best-of-3 series, which would take place on Sunday. But to get there, you got to win tomorrow. And so our puck drop tomorrow is scheduled for 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 6 o'clock Mountain Time here from Denver, as the RedHawks and Pioneers will go at it in Game 2 of our NCHC quarterfinal series tomorrow. Of course, we're back on the air with you tomorrow around 8 o'clock Eastern Time, so we will hope you join us again for Game 2, a pivotal Game 2 in this series between Miami and Denver. The RedHawks will try to keep their season alive tomorrow against the Pioneers here on the ice inside Magness Arena. What will be most likely a good effort from Miami. Tomorrow was a good effort tonight, but of course just came up short against the third-ranked team in the nation, the Denver Pioneers, this evening. Again, 5-2 your final here from Magness Arena. We'll see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern Time for Game 2 Until then, everybody, thank you again so much for tuning in to our presentation of Red Hawk Radio tonight from Denver, Colorado. We appreciate it. We hope to see you tomorrow night as well. 5-2 your final, Denver over Miami. Patrick Geshan saying so long. Good night from Magness Arena in Denver. We'll see you tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern for Game 2. Thanks again for listening to this presentation of Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio.